Hello, welcome back for the first elimination games. It is day 5 of the World Championships. I'm Box Kimchi. This is the Kimchi Cast, and we're going to be flying into this one. We got 2 series on the docket, all best of 3s from here on out, and it is time to see who goes home and who lives to fight one more day, or like 3 more days given the break. But it is Mad Lions Koi versus GAM Esports to kick us off, and then Pain Gaming versus Team Liquid. It is 2 regions on their last survivors and their final representatives, but it is GAM time as they take on the Mad Lions. And GAM have looked really bad this tournament. I hate to say it because they had such a dominant play-in stage. They had such a good play-in stage that I hate to say it, but they have looked so bad in the Swiss stage. They have not been drafting to their strong suits. They've felt very confused in their drafts. They've been easily countered. Their coordination hasn't been super great. It just overall has been a confusing experience for GAM. And for the Mad Lions, it hasn't been awful. Yes, their game against PSG was really bad. I will say that. Like, that's not even me being a PSG Talon fan. Their game against PSG was really bad. They played unlike they've played the entire tournament. Again, Billy game, it was not a game they were expected to win. So I'm not going to say like, oh, they played so bad against one of the best teams at the tournament, and at least entering the tournament expected to be one of the best teams. They had a close early game, and that's really all you can ask of a team that was not even supposed to be at the World Championships. Like, if you ask most EU fans before the regional championship, they would not have been favorites to even make top cut at like top 4. And that is going to be insta-locking Mirwin's Yone. Could go to Frescowi, but usually we've been seeing Mirwin play this when the Mad Lions have drafted it. We'll have to see. Aurora taken away as Levi still getting his Shyvana banned. They cannot afford to let this champ through. He's so good at it. And for GAM, I need to see them draft coherently. They seem so lost when they draft, and that is going to be Emo's Akali insta-locked. I'm not a big fan of that pick. But it's going to be instant Wukong. And a lot of the GAM fans, I've been reading over a couple of the Vietnamese fans' thoughts, and they want to see Levi play champions he's allowed to play on. They don't want to see Levi just be another jungler. He needs to get on a champ he can put himself ahead on and be a carry. Because as everyone knows, this top jungle is one of the best in League. Like, one of the best in class. And they need to show it out. Like, they need to just allow GAM's top jungle to show out. And that is going to be Ziggs locked in alongside a Maokai here. Ziggs underperforming at Worlds. Also, Supa. I think I saw Supa's first game of Ziggs in the I think it was in the playing stage. He locked in his first ever Ziggs and he won on it. So it was very interesting. And this is already, I like this draft a lot better. If they're going to go with the Akali, they need, last game, Akali Jhin not working. They got drafted into a Scion. It was a bloodbath. Or that was first game of the tournament, wasn't it, for them? But that was, oh my goodness. Just 2 drafts in a row where GAM just backed themselves into a corner where they couldn't do any damage. And a draft like this is already infinitely better, even if Emo is on Akali, which isn't going to be able to do much if Elyoya is just allowed to build MR. Just Jhin is not a tank shredder. They need a champ that can shred tanks because they aren't drafting Rumble. They aren't drafting something, I guess, like a Victor. Like, they are drafting burst champions. They need consistent damage, and Jhin is not that. So I'm glad they're going with the Kai'Sa. Alvaro going to be taken off of his Alistar. Honestly, Alvaro still, even after everything. Oh, no. Oh. Even after everything that has happened throughout this tournament, even through the bad game against PSG Talon, I still think Alvaro is the superstar of this team, even though Elyoya is very good. Like, I think Elyoya objectively is their best player, but Alvaro has been the star player this World Championships, and you can see it in the double banaways. They're not even going to target any top laners. They need to save what they can for Kiaya to play. And Rel going to be taken away from Elio. If No, I'm pretty sure they would have locked that in immediately. This is going to be a draft. Again, best of 3. So you're allowed to experiment a little more. You're allowed to get a bit out there. You will face you will be on the brink of elimination if you do lose your experimentative games. Experimentative? There we go. But it is going to be Elio on the Vercon. They're going to save top counter pick. I just kind of want to see what these teams can show. Because game 1 is going to be the feel your opponent, like, what is your opponent bringing to the table kind of match. Usually teams like to draft a little safe. In these, that would be absolutely useless. That is the worst hover ever. If that would be the worst lock-in ever. It's kind of a feel your opponent out kind of game. What are they going to play? What is their strength? Or what are their strengths in this case? There are multiple. And what does your team, do you want to catch them off their guard? And so far it is neither side really wants to catch each other off guard. They got no surprises yet. Okay, that would be a surprise, but they have nothing really special, and this is going to be Kiaya on Akali into the Gnar, it seems. Could be Smolder top. It is going to be Smolder top. Oh, baby. I didn't know if it was Smolder top or Smolder mid. Smolder actually losing a lot this tournament. Just losing a lot. It will be Frescowi on the Yone. I haven't seen a ton. I've been underwhelmed. I think a lot of people have been underwhelmed with this Mad Lions performance so far, with just this roster overall. I mean, went from, what was it, 2020, what was it, 2024? They had some big, oh my goodness, I'll check in a minute, but I remember 2023 was a decent year for the Mad Lions. I don't remember if it was the years it was a year they won anything, but even then, they had questions coming in after what could have been a complete, just one-off performance. And they bring in this mostly rookie roster, just keeping Alyoya. And the question is, are they legit? And that really did raise the question of, what can this team do? I want to go 2020. LEC. I don't remember where this team was at the end of the year. They did go to Worlds. But this was a team that kind of has questions raised about its consistency now, because they've been having a bad spring, a bad summer for a long time. They had a bad spring and summer last year, and then just made it. I mean, they beat XL. Yes, XL was a resurging team, but they just beat them 3-0 and then narrowly lost to Fnatic, as there's the engage onto Emo. So this is a team that will cool off at times. Like, this is a team that cools off a lot. Does that make sense? They run really hot at, like, they'll surprise you. And they did it last year too, where they shockingly got, like, what, second in their first regular season as a unit. And then they fell off slowly as the year went on, won their one series to make the World Championships, and then drop back down as the lane swap goes through. Who cares? It's a lane swap. We're really bored. It's not actually that bad. It's just better for Mirwin to try and play into Easy Love, as it's a shorter range matchup. If they do want to rotate him down, they have triple teleport, so they could kind of move Supa down if they want eventually, but it is just better to... They can... Yeah, actually, hold on. With triple teleports, they could kind of play around with this. Anyways, all that was just to say that this is a team that has a little bit of a clutch factor, but also has a tendency to overperform. So it's hard to tell if the Winters were overperforming or if they were showing out. Like, if that was their true form. And that's kind of the case. This team has been underwhelming all the time. Elyoya is really the only consistent piece on this team that can perform when asked to on repeat. I need to see, especially on a champion like this. We've seen Supa have some decent games of Ziggs. I don't think they've ever really been a factor. Does Mirren have level 2? Mirren has level 2, but no Narvar. So this is going to be a really aggressive. This is going to be a really good dive for GAM if they can execute it. As it could be Supa teleporting out. Oh, this is a kill. Alvaro going to level up. He's going to get the shield. Is the hook going to connect onto the clone? And he's going to survive. And Supa's here. Easy Love is so low. They need to go through again. And this time, it's going to be First Blood connecting. Levi getting chased by Supa. Flash through for Supa. There's the re-kill, or there's the return kill. But that's 2 teleports. GAM go too deep on their... They wanted to go for more there, but... They actually win this. Trade of kills, yes, but they win this off of the fact that 2 TPs are down. So Kiai is free to teleport to topside and just hold this wave. Kiaya just start slow pushing this. Because if you start slow pushing this, Kiaya is just going to be in such a strong position. Mirwin's going to miss so much XP. Otherwise, the lanes are going pretty normally. It does help that Levi got something out of this as they're going to jump in onto Elio. Hook not going to connect, though. And now Alvaro is caught out of position. He has no flash, and that's going to be a huge chunk taken out of him. And GAM playing this early game really well so far. As Elioya onto Emo. If he wants to commit, he can. That's the Tiger Cat. Tiger Cat. Oh, God. There's no flash for the Ziggs, but he has the satchel charge right now, so he's just going to throw some damage down onto Elio. A lot of damage onto Elio. Oh, my goodness. Elio, kind of overcommitting to a play, trying to stop some resets. He'll be fine. Since, again, no teleport on Supa, so Elio's actually just free to reset here. But that was a bit of a risky play. He had Battle Dance, so maybe he knew he was going to get out, but Supa could always interrupt it. There's 2 casts, so he was pretty confident in the ability to escape. Scowie falling behind in CS to Emo here. Emo's been underwhelming this tournament as well. This is really 2 mid laners who kind of need to step up. For GAM, it's been Kiaya had some games. Levi's been there pretty much every win it's been Levi, Kiaya, and Easy Love popping off. Emo really has felt like a background character this tournament, and I want to see him pop off. What the heck happened? Mirren is flash available, but Elio rotating up as well. If they catch him out, this could be really aggressive as Mirwin going to try and jump to his jungler, and he's going to get the... Whoa, that boomerang went real fast. You never see the back end of a boomerang, but that was a nice hop to flash. Still miserable in this lane. As, Frescowie going to get a nice combo. Not going to full commit onto Easy Love there. It's still just... As they're going to jump in. Elio going to get caught. He'll be safe. Flashes away for the Fate Seal, but the flash Q follow is there, and Frescowie gets the kill on the over-aggression from GAM. From GAM support specifically. And this is going to be a grub. It's just going to be a grub sweep in the top lane right now. Ooh. And that's bad. That lead is now just dissipating because soon Medline's tempo disadvantage is also going to disappear. As Supa has ultimate. He wants to throw the Mega Inferno Bomb onto Easy Love here. They're waiting for Alvaro to get into a stronger position. Can they get this? Alvaro has flash. Easy Love does too. It's not going to connect. No flash needed. Mega Inferno Bomb. That was a tough. I don't know if Alvaro wanted to commit flash there. I don't think it would have been worth to commit flash. Levi going to invade here. I want to see Levi get something. on this map right now because Levi is just so known for his carry plays. He is, again, he, to a lot of people, is the VCS. As this should be smited away. Levi will get over the wall. And Alvaro going to follow. Levi is going to have to flash out here. As there's the heal. Frescowi going to follow. And Levi is going to fall here in the Drake pit. And GAM caught out for their over-aggression. Emo's dead. Where he's got nowhere to go. Oh. Don't retake that. And we'll get away to safety, actually. Does have to burn the perfect execution. But it's another 1-0 in favor of Mad Lions. And now Mad Lions have their teleports back. They have an advantage. They have a 500 gold advantage right now. It's not that much. But this Yone 2-0 now. The Ziggs is 400 gold ahead. He's going to just keep becoming bigger. As turrets are going to be in danger. These are really strong champions to feed. And GAM don't really have an answer. Their Kaisa is still trying to finish the cull. Easy Love is working on it. Emo is just not really going to be able to be a factor for quite some time. And if they get fed, not going to. Elio just caught out. Can't kill the control ward either. Just waiting for this control ward to be available to be taken, but it's not going to happen. Kiaya should be safe here against Mirwin. Minion's going to do a little bit of helping, as Kiaya should still be able to trade this. He needs to be careful, as here come Alvaro and Elyoya rotating up to top lane unspotted. Elio's going to match here, but it's not even going to be close to in time, as Supa has ulti as well. And that's going to be first thing connecting. And there's Elyoya going in. He's grabbing the kill. And the Mad Lions continue to win across the map. And GAM just seemed clueless after their opening play. That was really all they had. They had such a strong opening to this game. And they just don't have anything in response right now, it seems. They are so lost. And it is still just all on this Smolder to close this gold lead, as it is a little over 1,000 ahead still. They have a CS advantage in 2 positions, but it's not going to matter. Levi hasn't been able to be active. It will be Drake secured at least, but it's a 10-minute Drake, so it's a little late. But look at the gold, yeah. Elyoya is one of the richest members of the Mad Lions. As Emo gets locked down. As there's the fate sealed. The flash perfect execution is enough to get away, but Emo looks like he disconnected for a second. I have no clue what just happened there. That looked really bad, actually, for Emo. Like, obviously, it was a bad play. You burned your flash. But I mean bad as in, it looked like he didn't know what the play was. And the Mad Lions continue to stretch this lead. Now it's going to be a summoner advantage, as all major flashes are available. And Alvaro's Hex Flash, so it's not really going to make a difference. Supa has the Luden's Companion finished. And Easy Love needs to be very careful here. Has Flash Cleanse and Killer Instinct, but don't want to risk anything here. Really is the win con. These dual ADCs are the win con for GAM right now, and it's just not happening. They just aren't able to get a lead for, well, one reason or another. That other reason being some over-aggression and mispositioning. It's just been a tough time. Meanwhile, the Mad Lions playing this early game really cleanly now, or playing this, I guess, post-dive early game really cleanly. They navigated, I'm honestly impressed. They navigated that double teleport, like, dual teleportless situation really well. As Yaya should be able to win this. As Mirwin going to try and jump in here. He has the Mega, so he will get that health boost. He has the stun as well on the ulti if he wants it. Yaya is really strong in this position. He can punish pretty much anything Mirwin does. Mirwin playing safe as... Oh, the flash for Flash. He just needs one auto attack. And the flap will get the kill for Kiaya. And he's just going to give the kill over to Mirwin. Oh, he's gonna get the execute. Ooh. Mirwin needed to wait. El Yoyo was coming. But by the time Mirwin was as low, like, by the time El Yoyo was there, Mirwin was so low he couldn't stay in position to force Kiaya to tank the Nature's Grasp. He would have died before the Nature's Grasp connected, and it would have been the same effect, just with less Summoner's Burn. So it's actually good for Mirwin to try and to trade Flash on a play that really did need a Flash trade. But that is really just a Kiaya win, as he's going to land, dodge the hook. No, he isn't actually. He's forced to flash away. They get everything out of Easy Love there. That is a lot burned on double tanks. Good for the Mad Lions, obviously, but that is a tough play for GAM Esports, as they just finally got a win in some capacity through the top lane play for Kiaya. He is going to be the win condition here. It's going to be... Easy Love will be a win condition. It's just he's behind due to takedowns and turret gold now, and it's going to be really hard to get him ahead at this phase of the game. He's going to need to catch up in CS and then get back all that gold in kind. He would have to be so far ahead of Supa in farm that it is just really difficult to get him there. And GAM are just struggling here, as Emo gonna get locked down. Frescowy gonna get flipped away from, but there's all the ultimates connecting, and Frescowy on a killing spree, and that's why Yone is a champion of all time. They needed a second Yasuo, so they made one, and they made him damn good. And it is just Kiaya. He is the hope. He is the everything for GAM right now. They'll trade the mid turret, but that is a tier 3 in top lane, and GAM are just, they look lost. Yeah, I will get something out of this tier 2, but that is really it. Yeah, is ahead. He's really ahead. He's almost 1,000 ahead by himself, but the rest of GAM aren't making this game very easy. As maybe this Drake can be something, and it will at least be a 2-0 Drake position. Elliot, what are you doing? Unless he can get an ulti engage here, there's really no reason for him to position there. Maybe they find an angle here as the teleport comes in. Levi, they're not going to connect just yet, but there it is. Now Easy Love jumping in. The mom over the top. Going to find one, but Frescowy's here. It's 2 now for GAM. Can they keep pressing this fight? They can't. Frescowy and Mirwin are too damn good. And it's a double kill for Mirwin. Can Levi get the triple? The Gnar comes through. It's a triple for Mirwin instead. And the Mad Lions lose the Drake. They win the fight, though. And they are just really fed. And Frescowy got a really good flank. I don't know exactly how he got to that position. He Q3s over the wall unspotted. And so he's going to jump in onto Kiaya. Good depth charge as well. And then he's going to finish off Kiaya here with the Q3. And then he's full health. He can just keep going forwards. Mirwin is pretty much, like, he is so healthy. There's no challenge. And then Levi just trying to keep this going, but Mirwin is positioning really well by holding this fight against the wall. Levi really can't afford to go anywhere as a melee champion, and Mirwin is strong now. I haven't really been impressed. Again, I haven't really been impressed with a lot of the Mad Lions for most of, definitely for the Swiss stage. They felt just not sure of how they wanted to play here, but this game is definitely them playing how they want. Is Levi. Good jump away, but he's going to get hooked. He's going to get rooted. He's going to get double rooted. He's going to get triple rooted, and El Yoyo picks up that one. Teleport out. Evo has a giant wave in top lane. And Frescow is going to be more than happy to teleport and catch all of it. As Kiaya gonna get locked down. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. Good jumping from Elio to keep his... Never mind. I thought he kept Kiaya alive at least, but he's going to fall to Supa. And this is the Mad Lions rolling through GAM Esports. This is just an unwinnable situation right now. They need such a strong team fight. They have a 1-item Kaisa, a 1-item Akali, and a 1-item Smolder. There is no chance in hell they are pulling this one back. This Ziggs, this Yone, they are fed to hell and back. And the Mad Lions are looking to make this one a quick and painless experience for GAM at least. 18 minutes, 7,000 gold ahead. It is 7 turrets taken already. They're down to 2 base turrets. That is it. They have 2 inhib turrets and the Nexus turrets. They haven't lost an inhib yet, but it is only a matter of time, it feels. For Scowy, 2 levels ahead of Emo. And Mirwin and Super, or Mirwin and Kiai are even... Supa's a little over a level ahead, but it is just a mid-canyon right now. Is Alvaro going to be the target? That is not really a good target, though. And the Mad Lions are just going to position aggressively. They're going to get a late Rift Herald, and this is going to be on the base turrets. This is going to be allowing Mad Lions to open up quite a bit of advantage deep in GAM territory. And this is, again, this was the Mad Lions coming in looking completely cooked. GAM have looked pretty cooked in this in their matches as well, but both of these teams have looked really poor coming into this. They both won their groups as well in the play-in stage, so this is a very interesting matchup, actually. The one matchup we didn't get in the play-in stage, or one of the, like, 3 matchups we didn't get. As the Herald comes down, it's going to connect. They're going to at least hit onto Elyoya, but that is a very tanky boy at this phase of the game, and this turret's going to fall to the Zig Satchel Charge. And there is no hope. Emo is just caught out. There goes Mirwin going forward. Smoke screen goes down. They're going to jump in onto Supa. Can they find him? The lock? It's going to block a ton of damage. Frescowy goes in. Finds 2. And that's going to be Kiaya done. Levi survives on a sliver. They're trying to find Supa still, but Supa's going to find Easy Love. The perfect execution will find its mark, but it's in exchange for 3. GAM are in shambles. They are in gambles. Yes, I'm proud of that one. And Mad Lions are just going to put their eyes on the Nexus. And it is going to be a quick 1-0. Nice engages, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Levi, flash auto for Mir when he's on a rampage. And Frescowy goes deathless in game number 1. And the GAM on the verge of being knocked out once again. It is a rough game 1, to say the least, for GAM. It is a rough game 1. And I don't know what to say. It's going to be hard to recover from that for GAM. That is a crushing defeat. 20 minutes. 20-minute game. There's not a lot to say there. Just everything from the Mad Lions was so clean. GAM had maybe 3 to 6 minutes where they were playing. And it's just got to be a complete shakeup. GAM have not looked like they've been playing with confidence at all. They don't look like they've been on the same page with each other for most of the tournament now. I mean, they went 4-0 in the play-in stage, and maybe it is that they just had an easy schedule. Maybe it is that they just faced 2 teams that they can beat pretty easily. I mean, they beat the SoftBank Hawks. That was a pretty easy match for them. And they rolled through Rainbow Seven. Maybe it was that they just faced 2 of the weakest teams at the tournament. And that's nothing against GAM. They didn't choose to play those two teams. They were expecting to play 100 Thieves in the second round of the play-in stage, but you play who your opponent is, and maybe that didn't really prepare them for anything. It feels like they didn't get prepared. Like, those games are used for reps, and a team like PSG faced a little bit tougher, like a few tougher opponents to make it here, and it feels that maybe that prepared them better. I don't know. It also could just be the read of the meta, the style of the game. It just feels like GAM they're not playing with the swagger that they normally play with. They haven't been playing with that swagger for a while, honestly, it feels like, on the international stage. So they're going to need to get it back, as they got to win back-to-back games ahead of the fact that they need to win two more series, not just games, two more series after this, if they want to make it to the knockout stage for the first time in I think in a long time, if not ever, at Worlds at least. But for the Mad Lions, it is match point, and you are 1 of 6. You're 1 win away from getting 1 win. They're a 6th of the way there. They're looking to make it a 3rd of the way there. Game 2, will Mad Lions advance, or will GAM force Game 3? I will see you in a potential, or at least not even a potential, just in match point. It's time for game number 2. It was brutal in game number 1. Mad Lions lead 1-0 here in this best of 3 between them and GAM to determine who is the first to go home. And GAM came out with a decent dive on the lane swap. They overcommit, they give back a kill, but they push their advantage a little bit, at least using their teleport advantage to get themselves in really strong lane positions, and it just fell apart. The Mad Lions were not scared at all. GAM missed position a couple, 2-3 times in that early game, and the Mad Lions got the gold lead off of that. They never looked back. 20 minutes was all it took for Mad Lions to put game 1 to rest, and GAM just don't look like they are interested. They don't look very interested in this game. They haven't looked interested in any of their games. And that's a very dangerous thing to have when you're now 1 game away from elimination. You are 0-3 in game score so far in the Swiss stage. And now you got to pull not only 2 wins back to back, but you got to pull out 6 total over the next week. And they're just going to get Yone 17-3. And that's just going to be an insta-lock rumble bye. The Mad Lions know how they want to play. They expected GAM to take the Yone away, and they prepped for it. And now they have a really strong top jungle if they can execute. Mirwin has not really executed. This was, I mean, on the Swiss stage, he has not really executed. Play-in stage, Mad Lions executed very well. But Mirwin, really the first game where he was unleashed and allowed to do anything this during the main stage, and the Mad Lions won off of it. It's going to be Levi on the Wukong once again. I need to see these guys get active. Whoa, that's a cannon for Kiaya. Okay. First cannon of the tournament. We've seen a couple bans, and this is a lightning fast pick ban phase right there, as Frescowi going to get the Ahri into the Yone matchup, and we've seen a lot of these screw Yone matchups not work out. Maple, I think it's Maple. I don't know who the other one is, but Maple, it has 2 of those 3 wins against Yone. It was not Maple a third time, I will tell you that. Would not tell you who it was, but it is still a very strong matchup, even though it is supposed to be a bad matchup for Yone. There is no such thing as a bad matchup for Yone, really. Ezreal taken away from Easy Love. I don't know what the angle is. They have great team fight right now. They just need an ADC that they can get into team fights and dance around them. Callisto probably would have been my ADC of choice here, but it's really just any ADC. I think Jinx might be the angle. Like, I think it might be the Jinx angle here. For GAM. For Mad Lions, they can go someone... I don't know if they should go Jhin. Jhin has really good lockdown with the 3 they've shown so far, but I don't know if Jhin has enough consistent damage, because their only consistent damage... Oh, never mind. Doesn't even matter. I was going to say their only consistent damage is the Rumble, and that's going to be Xayah locked in. So that's going to be a big anti-dive measure, as that is pretty much all GAM want to do. And Misfortune would also be a good option. I'm thinking Jinx because I just really like how Jinx always, and like, any fight can be a one fight if Jinx just gets excited enough times. If you can get your Jinx 1 or 2 takedowns, not even kills, if you can get her 2 takedowns, Jinx takes over fights, losing that attack speed cap and getting a bunch of move speed on top of it. But with the Misfortune, this is, oh my god, it's going to be tough into the Xayah. And the fact that if you all are going forwards, Easy Love is going to be giga exposed. But also, it is really good for this team comp. And it's going to be Alvaro. So there's going to be a lot of good counter engage for Mad Lions, but it's going to be up to GAM here. I mean, GAM also have really good counter engage. They have the Cyclone and the Slicing Maelstrom as well as Rel. Slicing Maelstrom is a really good tool just in general. You can just throw it on some. If you throw it on your team, they can't dive you. If you throw it on the enemy team, they're all stunned forever. But they need to find an angle where they can actually play, because that is the one thing that GAM have not done since the play-in stage. They have not put themselves in a position to play their game. They've just been forced to play their opponent's games, whether they've been playing too slow or they drafted poorly. It just has to come down to them getting an advantage that they can hold on to. For the Mad Lions, it is more of the same. They just need to execute because they've been allowed to play their game. They know that they can make GAM do what they want them to do. They can make GAM just give them their space. And for the Mad Lions, there's a lot of confidence coming into this game, no doubt about it. You're coming in off a 20-minute game with this comp as well, with a really solid comp. There's no doubt in my mind GAM should be afraid, but GAM shouldn't let that fear like cause them to play ultra safe, scared League of Legends. No, they just need to just play their game. They've been so stunk. They've just been stunk in neutral or reverse. It might be reverse, given how this has gone, but they just need to get in gear. Because the execution for this comp is super simple. As there's I believe, a technical issue, but just, it is a lot of push the button. It is a lot of just push ultis, but they need to just make sure they layer it, make sure it's onto the right target, because you don't want to just kill off a random person. They need to get Supa extremely early. They need to hit Supa with some hard CC, because if he's allowed to ulti, he could just counter the entire enemy team. Like, he can counter the entirety of GAM's comp with just a single Featherstorm Blade Call. And they can't let that happen. They need to prioritize. Because if Aljoya jumps in onto somebody, probably Easy Love, more often than not, it's going to try and be Easy Love. They need to know when to stay back. They need to know when to fight. That is it. Obviously, it's so easy to say, play smart, execute your engages, but it is really, GAM are going to have to read the situation. If it's going to be, we use some of our ultis to peel for Easy Love and then engage, or if it's going to be, we blow somebody up and make this an uneven fight and they have to chase. And they just have to navigate an uneven fight with just everything flying. Because the Vi is the real spanner in the works here. Xayah, you can play around that. You have 3 forms of CC. You have 4 ultimates, pretty much, that all do the same damn thing, and it's lock somebody down for a really long amount of time. And while Supa can dodge some of it, eventually he's going to get hit. And he's not going to always have the Featherstorm available. Vi has cease and desist so often that it is pretty much every team fight you're going to have to play around it. And I think that's what GAM's gonna have to worry about. That's the real tool GAM are gonna have to worry about. And for Aljoya, obviously, it's get onto Easy Love. If you can actually delay it just enough that they already commit it. Oh, they've determined GAM have lost this game. Sorry, there's a graphics. They just ran some graphics, and it was that was not what they meant to do. They meant to just go back to the regular logos. That was an oopsies. But if you're Aljoya, it's patience. You got to wait till they commit some of the CC and maybe the bullet time, if you can get away with committing that, because you do have a travel time still on your ultimate, so it is not an instant thing where you just get away with whatever you want. It is a small, narrow window where it's going to be optimal. Or if they think that they can get it before the bullet time and just blow up Easy Love, that's good. They just need to get somebody, honestly. That is the core of both of these comps, is kill the carry. On the side of Mad Lions, you need to get rid of Easy Love, or you need to get rid of Emo. And then for GAM, get rid of Supa. That is the key issue. Like, Supa is the guy you need to worry about. Frescowy's going to run out of damage eventually. Mirwin's going to run out of damage eventually, though that equalizer is going to be really nice. They would have killed to have some of the champions they have on the side of GAM here. But MDK have more pick potential, I think. Besides just straight up kills. Like, technically, all these champions have really good pick potential, except for Misfortune. Misfortune has terrible pick potential. It is not really easy to pick people off on MF, as are still in ADC. That's not really doable. But we're gonna need some guys to step up here real big, because otherwise, tournament's over for GAM. They need their guys to execute the plays, and it is really easy to just... Honestly, it's really easy for them to not. I can see it. And finally, we're into the game. It is time to see if GAM can fend off elimination, or if they will be flying back to Vietnam this weekend. As again, they love using this Faker skin, eh? Is that Faker or is that Arcana? I can't tell. I think it is the Faker skin. And obviously, MDK going to be the fan favorites here in the LEC studio, but the GAM faithful are here. Maybe not in the arena, maybe not cheering on live in person, but they are everywhere. The VCS is like one of the highest viewerships, which is very funny. Like, the VCS is one of the highest viewerships of the World Championship. I think second highest, only behind Korea. Is crazy to think about, but like, the fans are there. They believe, and they want to see this team get something, even if it's just a single game win or a pair of game wins. They just want something from this team before they get merged and shoved into another region. No lane swaps this game. Glad teams just aren't forcing the lane swaps every single game. I think the lane swap last game was very good for the Mad Lions, even though they kind of goofed up their teleport execution a little bit. I think it was overall a good idea to let Supa free farm in the top lane, as Mirwin just kind of toughed it out. But now we need to see how they play in standard lanes. These standard lanes are going to be very nice, though, to Kiaya specifically. Like, Kiaya is going to be really enjoying this standard lane. This is a pretty good pick into Rumble pretty consistently. As long as you could just avoid getting caught with a couple of harpoons, you should be free to control a lot of the game. As Mirwin's clear early, yeah, you can see the clear early is kind of rough. Kiaya's in a really nice position where he can just E the wave after he uses the Flame Spitter. He can just EW the wave, and that's just all the wave clear that he needs. Emo getting early shove here. It's Ari, yeah. Ari needs a bit of AP and a few ranks to get there, but this is Elyoya going for the invade instead of the dive. Or instead of the gank, but now going for the gank here. Emo going to have to... He has no Q3 available. He's just got to flash out. The follow. The charm connects, and Elyoya will get Frescowy first blood. And that is the danger of just shoving your wave against a Vi. Elyoya knows his timings, and he knows that there is nowhere he can't go right there. As the jump in onto Easy Love is huge. Can they get the autos? They just need one more, but it's not quite enough. Is Levi looking to find Elyoya? He's going to try and kill off the enemy jungle. Can he get it? He has to flash if he needs the kill, but he will just be able to give that. But going forwards for Elio means that Supa can go forwards on to Easy Love. He's just trying to play ring around the rosy. He gets spotted, and that's the kill. Good flash Q from Elio, but it is not going to be enough. But here comes Levi. Maybe it is enough as the barrier comes through, and they're just going to give this kill over to Levi. And this is a very bloody opening to this match. Mad Lions will be ahead about 100 gold as this top wave and jungle advantage, this top end jungle advantage is going to be really big as they cannot get Alvaro. Low health bars. But holy cow. The Mad Lions and GAM are just gonna, okay, this is pretty similar to the first game, honestly. Both the first game had very aggressive early game plays. They both wanted a lot of kills. Teams like kills. They're big fans of picking up early first bloods. And I mean, they get a little, these teams get a little more than first blood. Power Farm Nocturne. They are talking about Power Farm Nocturne because it's been 7 years, I believe, to the day yesterday, actually. Yesterday to the day was the day, or I guess the game where Levi kept the enemy jungle to like, or kept, what was it, enemy top lane to like level 3 7 minutes into the game or something. It was crazy. The Power Farm Nocturne is iconic and is a lasting memory of the aggression and the fight, like how feisty these Vietnamese teams were, however you want to use it. Whether you think it's dropped off or not is relevant. These teams are aggressive and they like their plays, as there's the jump in on to Supa. Easy Love going to be able to land a lot of damage here, but there's no follow-up CC quite yet. Levi's here. Double root from Supa's clean, though. And now Elyoya's here. It is a return fight. Alvaro just jumping in. He's flashing away. He doesn't want to give anything over to Easy Love. And that's going to be one. Levi flashing to get Supa. Is there enough? I think Elyoya has the damage. He has the armor shred. They're just trying to keep everyone alive. Cyclone comes out. Levi has the damage. It's going to be 1-2 for Levi. There he goes, 3-0 off of these bot plays. Elio, so well played, killing the wave for Levi to get that level 6. I don't think Alvaro should be positioning like that, but Elio doesn't have damage at all. And that is huge. Actually, if this stun connects, Crashdown gonna force out the battle dance, or not the battle dance, the grand entrance. And Hex Flash, oh, doesn't commit it. Actually. And oh boy, these two teams are leaving nothing to the imagination. They just want to throw, they're leaving nothing up to interpretation. They are writing it out in bold red letters. We're gonna fight, and someone's gonna die. Like, several people will die. There will be lots of gold in this game, to say the least. As Emo going aggressive. He's not connecting anything on Frescowie, though. Cyclone not available for Levi. But jumping forwards. The Crashdown not going to be able to bring Elio over the wall. That means Yoya will be able to disengage. They have the Maelstrom available. Yaya teleported back up. And that means there's some really good plays here. Emo going to be able to jump away with the Soul Unbound still. And it's going to be one grub at least, so their first grub of this series. And Elyoya will just clean up the rest of these. no team fight from, or no big fight from GAM yet. It's been a series of 2v3s and 3v3s and chaos and nightmare fights that I absolutely love these teams for. Like, just the raw, we're going to just fight and see what happens. Angle is so much fun to watch as the bullet time just to clear out the wave, trying to avoid a dive here. That's a lot of damage. Didn't have the perfect angle on it, meaning nothing really came through there. Okay, I'll read that later. As they're just waiting for Kiai to push this wave out so Levi can come in. Alyoya's here as well. Oh my god, we have another jungle endorse 2v2 as the Maelstrom goes down. Mirwin able to flash away to safety, and Alyoya not in time. It will be 2 ultimates for 1, but it is a flash on top of it that really seals the deal for this being a trade in GAM's favor. They're about 300 gold behind. But it's still, I mean, obviously 300 gold is the cost of several items. Actually, I think it's only the cost of like 3 now, which is really weird. Oh my god, I have a headache from this. This is too much. I love this. No, I have a headache from yelling. I love this. As Elio gets 6 here. As over the wall, Frescowi was spotted by Emo. I don't think Emo has much follow-up here, but it was a nice play. A good catch out. And this, oh my goodness, Levi, all the kills for GAM right now. He is so fed. Already has 1 item. Has had 1 item for a little bit, actually. Not even just has gotten it. He's had it. And now Levi is the guy here. As Kiai gonna just keep chunking down Mirwin, as there is the flame spitter going out, but the overheat means Mirwin needs to disengage. But now he's all his spell rotations back up. There is a slicing maelstrom available. What is this zoom out for? As Kiai needs to run, and he will be able to get out. No equalizer available for Mirwin just yet, and he's gonna win the solos. As, oh yeah, that's Merc Treads versus Pen Boots. He's just gonna win those. Even though it's only worth like 5. Oh, they don't know what's in this bush. As here comes the teleport plays. Crash down Magnet Storm into the Cyclone is huge, but Frescowi's here. Do they have the damage from Easy Love? No, but they're going to be able to get out for now. Elyoya over the wall. The bullet time not going to find anybody as Alvaro has jumped onto Easy Love. There's 2 in exchange for actually a third going over. Wow. Only a second going? What? I thought it was a third. No, 3 kills in that fight. And now it's a 700 gold lead. Oh, that bullet time was so brutal. When does he get it? When does he get it? He has it this whole time. Is he going to go? When does he get? Oh, he gets there so late. That's why. I was wondering why he never threw it down. He just wasn't there. And then by the time he's making sure Alvaro doesn't turn onto him, he has soup. That's the threat. And he's just going to try and get Alvaro. But Supa is just there the whole time. And Easy Love should have just flashed over this wall here. But chooses not to. He sees that Emo's here and thinks that there's an opportunity. But there's just none. That bullet time was really rough. As Alvaro spotted it, Helios here. This is just a bloody game. Oh my god. We're back to a 100 gold lead. Okay. Why not? Just violence. It's going to fluctuate between a few hundred. That's a drop turret plate. That's bad. But oh my goodness, this is just violence. 4 kills for Levi right now. He is thriving, to say the least. Just really strong, really aggressive plays. 3-0 on this Ari, though. That might be a little more valuable. If this Wukong get to levels of unkillable, yes, it would be super important. But we aren't going to see that for a little bit. Teleport not available for Kiaya or Mirwin yet. It should be up just if they want to fight, but GAM not going to call it yet. That's 1 might or 1 grub secured. Yeah, it doesn't have teleport still. Crash down Magnet Storm not going to matter. Are they going to fight for the 5th here? As there's the double cyclone coming through. The bullet time. Supa's down. But it's going to be an exchange for Elio. The slicing maelstrom will slice through the Mad Lions, though. 2-for-1 in favor of GAM. They lose the grub. But GAM come out with the kills. They'll come out with the third and final grub of this set. Emo is so safe here as he buffers that perfectly. And finally, Ki is able to get involved in this game. And it's another kill over to Levi. This guy is so fed. Guy's 1,000 ahead by himself. And they've already surrendered the final grub. And they've accepted that they've surrendered the Void Mites. So, Elio, with his final verdict, just gets this engage. And then this is the engage that pretty much seals the deal for GAM. Slicing Maelstrom goes out, stuns 3 people. It sets it up perfectly for Frescowi to get jumped on by the Fate Sealed, and that just means GAM can continue the fight if they want to just go forwards. Because the Mad Lions really didn't have anything left in the tank at that point. As Levi is just trying to... This is best he can. And... They're going to lose they're just going to lose the Eye of the Herald, but they're going to deny from Mad Lions at least. And get the gold that comes with it. As nice jump onto Emo there, but it is all that it's going to be is a nice jump. As lockdown onto Alvaro, not really worth it. Eye of the Herald didn't even do the pulsing thing it usually does. Just flipped out of existence. First streak is still alive. We're 15 minutes in. We're going to see a new latest streak if these two teams decide so. The latest streak in the tournament so far, 18 minutes. I believe it was Mad Lions versus Vikings Esports, actually. As they just gave up after a while on doing it. As bullet time clears the entire wave, and we are pretty much dead even in gold. I mean, maybe a little bit of some... There might be a couple of changes or fluctuations, but otherwise we'll be chilling for quite a while here. As first streak is finally being taken at 16 minutes. Easy Love is just dead. He's not even going to be able to stall long enough. He flashes a little too early. Ki is here, but oh my god, he is so slowed. As Frescowi going to teleport up. Levi's not here, so GAM just have to give this. And first start will fall at 16 minutes. One of the later first starts we've seen. A lot of these first starts have been super fast, as Levi not going to be able to get Mirwin down here. Mirwin just doing some emotes. And they lost Easy Love so early on that play. They just need to teleport earlier. If they really wanted to say, screw it, we're sacrificing this bot way. Like, I'm sacrificing XP and gold, and we're just going to save this ADC. And it was just a little too late. They decided to go in because by that point, he was dead. You could have just left the play, and nothing would have changed. It would have been the exact same situation. First turret falling for the Mad Lions, and a kill on to Supa. Bit of a odd play there. As Levi is spotted out, I don't think they can really do anything to kill him here, as Easy Love's right there. They're gonna try and... No, they're not gonna try and do anything funny here. Yoya just down here clearing out this control ward. There's really nothing to fight over right now, but these two teams... If there's one thing I have been seeing about these two teams, they are just itching to fight this series. Emo gonna go forwards onto Frescowi here. That's a good amount of damage, and that's half health. Just needs to play so safe now, because the threat of the Fate Sealed just is a lot. Does still have the Spirit Rush, so it's a lot harder for Emo to do some lockdown shenanigans on the Yone, but it's Yone. He'll find... He has so much move speed. He will find a way to do it. Yeah, I dropped cannon. No biggie. And the gold lead, again, solely balanced out by Levi. 1,000 gold ahead of Elyoya right now. Everyone else down over 500, except for top lane. Top lane's relatively even. Successfully going to steal it away. As, nope, Levi's just going to give them the long stick bonk. And nearing a little over 1,000 gold ahead. Supa doesn't quite have a ton of damage yet. Neither does Easy Love. Still working towards that second item. Nice buffer on the charm. Alvaro going to get stunned up and a little bit of damage taken in return. As now Mirwin getting locked down. Slicing Maelstrom connects. Can they keep the damage going? As Levi's up here. Oh, it's only one bubble right now, though, as the sun comes through, and it's just a bonk, and Levi's on a killing spree again. Black Lever this time secured. Easy Love will be safe. Easy Love is safe. Elio, no, they don't have bullet time. But Mad Lions wanted to see if they can get Easy Love and this turret in mid in response for this top turret and mirror win, but they can't. And this is so much cleaner. These teams confident. Like, this is more of what I was expecting from GAM, as we were talking about them contending for a potential deep run for the VCS. This is exactly what I wanted to see. They are executing their plays. They are all over the map. They are confident. They are just playing with such confidence this game. And I mean, I've been mentioning how these teams are just loving to fight right now. They are just always fighting. They're not always fighting, but they are always looking for a fight, looking for a play, even if there's something else they should probably be going for. But it's not because they're going for stupid fights. It's because they know that they can really, really hurt the other team's position with their aggressive positioning and if they can find a pick here, it is just over. As Alvaro getting locked down, going to be able to use the Grand Entrance to get away. The crash down, the Magnet Storm is huge. There's the Cyclone coming through. And now teleports coming in. Alvaro, 1 health. Mirwin forced to flash away. Here goes Emo. He finds no one. And Kia is all alone. Slicing Maelstrom finds nothing. They overcommit. And now Equalizer going down. Not going to find anything here in response. But the Mad Lions have the advantage. They use so much there for so little. But so did the Mad Lions. But they have the Feather Storm, and that is kind of all they need right now if they want to stay in this game. As Supa getting jumped on, the root connects onto Levi, forced to flash away, and now the bullet time comes out. Supa doesn't even flinch. Fearless on that one. They thought they can at least get something, but Supa is so just unafraid. He's just so steadfast in his play. He knows he's going to live this bullet time if he just walks out of it. And this Drake is going to go to the Mad Lions. There's so much burned by GAM there. It is unreal how much these two teams burned to get a dragon. And no kills on top of it. Like, neither team killed anyone. It was such a good start to the fight, but the follow-up just wasn't there for GAM. The Fate Sealed missed both players that Emo wanted to hit. Just, the Maelstrom was late. It was already after both players had escaped his range. It was just... The Mad Lions, I can at least justify their ult usage because it was reactive. The Equalizer tried to catch out. He put it a little too far down, but that's besides the point. He angled it a little too far down. He wanted to probably angle it onto Kiaya's path directly to force him to walk into Elyoya, but that's fine. Again, reactive ultimates, as long as you could justify their usage, it's fine. I can only justify the use of 2 of those ultimates. And, okay, 3. Easy Loves. Emo and Kiaya just burned their ultimates for pretty much nothing because they just did not find the play. Turret will fall. Yeah, he needs to be careful here because if he gets caught out, the Mad Lions will start posturing as they found Supa. The lockdown connects. He's going to be able to at least survive a couple more seconds, but the last bullet will do the job. Elyoya is getting a little bit of a chunking there, but he's going to be able to survive and walk it off. And that is so good for GAM now, as they have such a slight gold lead. But they're going to keep putting this pressure on. And they survived longer than game one. Game one went 20 minutes or so. Give or take, is Emo getting the jump in. Alvaro's ulti, not gonna matter. The bullet time comes out. Frescowi not gonna be able to connect. Elyoya has fallen in the backline. Elio gives his life for the cause. Frescowi goes 5-0, I believe, unstoppable. Yep, 5-0 in this game. He is the Mad Lions attack right now. But it is still, what, 3-for-1? As they already lost Supa, so this is an extended play. Great cancel on to Alvaro. Yeah, this is a 3-for-1 still. And it is so good. You can still justify this. You trade your support for 3 kills? That is so valuable. The first turret finally falling in the mid lane on top of it. And now the Mad Lions up, or the Mad Lions down almost 2,000. And finally, GAM just are here. This is the GAM. As they need to not die here for no particular reason. But this, finally, Swiss stage GAM showing up. It's been over a week since I've really been believing. Since I've been a true GAM believer. And it feels so nice to finally just see this team perform in some capacity against a team that is at least expected to do better than them. I won't say that this is a team that is so far above them, but they should. This is a team that would be a good win for them still. This wouldn't be like T1 beating Pain Gaming. Like, this is a waste of time. No, this would be a good win for either of these squads, but it's just GAM are not playing this close at all. But Mad Lions, they don't have a win con right now. They really have been just reacting. And you can't win games playing like that. You can't win games just being reactive to what the opposing team is doing. GAM played like that for a little bit in this game, and then they immediately snapped back and started being super aggressive, super proactive, as that's just going to be the lockdown onto Emo, and that is a very good catch out here. Have they found Mirwin in trade, though? They have! 1-for-1, but it's a shutdown onto Frescowi. That is not what you want to see. Is Frescowi getting a shutdown? How is it a shutdown? He's down 800 gold. What? I'm sorry, he had a bounty? And it's a 1-for-1 on the cross map. But it's just better for GAM. GAM killing off Mirwin ensures, or just getting the trade really, just ensures that there is nothing that Mad Lions are able to do on this play. They wanted to try and get aggressive, maybe start posturing for an objective, or start pressuring this top or bot turret. And with Mirwin down, they don't have numbers advantage anymore. And honestly, the member they got down was less important than Mirwin. Emo is a useful tool, but he's not the entire fight for GAM. Mirwin is pretty much your, like, his ultimate is so valuable to the Mad Lions fight that it is really hard to justify fighting without him. Emo, you could fight without him. He's additional, but you have Easy Love and Kiaya still, and Elio, and Levi. In fact, you have all of them, except for you are missing a Slicing Maelstrom. That is it. Especially that Mirwin's so behind right now. Even with 2 items, he's chunking Levi, but he's just not doing much else. Emo going to build up his Q3 right there on the Baron. They've spotted out Elio. Do they make a play with this is the question. Because Elio, okay, finally knows that he's spotted out. As they're going to get the jump onto Alvaro, but Alvaro going to dodge away from everything, and Elyoya going in. The teleport behind for Frescowi. The bullet time is huge. Can they keep it going? Elyoya going to dodge the fate sealed. But he's going to get it by the Q3, and that's Elio picking up the kill there. It's a 2-for-1 right now in favor of GAM, but GAM need to start running. They are out of everything. Elio locked down. He's going to be able to run away from Supa. Easy Love. The threat of damage is so high for GAM right now. But the Mad Lions find a fight, and they just barely lose out on the numbers game, but they will at least get this turret down. And now, dead even. Back to even. The fight win is a slight favor for GAM. It also, they miss everything onto Alvaro. And then Elyoya, able to jump in onto somebody, but this crash down Magnet Storm means they are getting right in the face, right in the jaws of Easy Love's ultimate. Great flash. And Elio getting this kill sucks, but it is what it is. You can't really complain. And then this Charm connects. It's not really going to matter, as Easy Love's right there. If they want to fight this, they're going to have to stare down Easy Love and Elio's combo again. And it's going to be third Drake going in favor of the Mad Lion, or in favor of GAM here. There's not a Mad Lion in sight. And this combat gold, it's in favor of the Mad Lions right now. Everyone's base. It's just the Mad Lions have more expensive items. You look at something like Kiaya. You look at Kiaya and, well, I guess Elia technically has actually less gold as well. You look at Kiaya's items, they are just less expensive than Mirwin's by a few hundred. As Mad Lions spotted out on the Baron here, is this a bait? I don't know if they're trying to rush it or not. Because it wasn't a bait. They're not really baiting in. Okay, they're baiting in Elio right now, but Elio able to flash away, land the stun as well. That's really it. I mean, Mad Lions have full control of the vision right now, so they could kind of do whatever if they want. They could just do whatever they want on this top side. And Shield Bell gonna come out. Usually you could just build Sterix on this champion. But he wants the crit to start scaling. He probably is gonna go IE. I don't see a reason why you don't go IE. You're gonna crit on every auto. Levi steals his own jungle back. And he make sure you can see that thumbs up. Elio's just very forwards here. As Emo going to get the jump in onto Frescowy. The chase not going to come through there, but it is a huge chunk of damage onto the mid laner of the Mad Lions. And that's a no teleport Ari as well. They just need to keep the pressure up now. As GAM have reclaimed control of the vision in their own jungle. And with the pressure onto Frescowy, he's so strong. He is the gold advantage that is keeping the Mad Lions in this game. On the other side, Levi keeping the gold advantage. The other members are strong, but it is really these two guys bringing this team to the next level right now. Levi doing Levi things, being a problem for other teams. And Frescowy, honestly, I'm fine with him showing out here. Like, this is the perfect time to start. If there's any time to start showing up, it is when your team is on the verge of elimination. Because that's when they're going to need you most. They're going to need you to play your best when they're on the verge of getting knocked out, as they're not going to commit anything onto Elio there. They don't want to go and jump in onto him. That is a 3-item. Ooh, 3-item Zaya about to finish up this Mortal Reminder as the jump in onto Alvaro. Not going to connect. But they're not really committing anything, but there's the crash on the Magnet Storm. There's the Fate sealed. They don't even need the bullet time. They're locking down Supa, forcing out the Feather Storm, but it's the wrong direction. It's 3 for GAM. Just off the bat, it is an instant 3K for GAM Esports. They're going to force out the Spirit Rush, and this is going to be Baron. This is such a problem. They still have bullet time available, too. The Mad Lions lose a 4v3. They didn't even have... Actually, it was a 4v4. Frescowy was there. They didn't even need Easy Love. He didn't push a button in that fight. Easy Love did like 20 damage. And GAM, this just is the form they need to maintain. But it's not over yet. That is max levels, though. That is max levels on Emo and Kiaya now. And we're seeing the Sterix come through for Levi. But again, not over just yet. I need this to be consistent. They are having a phenomenal game. This engage was borked a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. As Elio's still able to get this crash down into the Magnet Storm. And then right over the wall, Emo, no doubt in his mind, is ready to go. And actually, it was a 4v3. Elyoya and Frescowy are just so zoned. And there you go. And yep, you can see TK saying, hold up, take it slow. It's not done yet. Keep it calm. There's no reason to start going nuts. 3,500 in the lead is not insurmountable. As bullet time onto Supa. He has the Feather Store, but he's just going to walk out, but he's so chunked already. He's so low already. He's just going to be forced to disengage as Emo is pushing at this wave right now in bot side, and GAM are not letting MDK leave their base. They're just going to keep shuffling around these players. Elio going to go over the wall here, and this is going to be a tier 2 down. This could be a 3-game series. This could be the game for GAM. But they just got to position it. This is the setup for the spike that is to hopefully come later on in the game, because this is not all you need to do. You still got to find the finish in this one before you start planning for the next one. And you can see they're just playing off of stealth. They don't want to be spotted. They're just playing into the lack of vision for the Mad Lions here, as should be a pretty easy Drake here. 2 seconds. The Mad Lions don't even want to risk any of this, because if they lose the fight at the Drake right now, the game ends. If they lose 2 to 3 members at the Drake, the game is just over. Alvaro saw this, just saw the Q miss him a little bit. Elio needs to hit those a bit more consistently. He's had some good ones throughout the game, but that was not one of them. Easy Drake, uncontested for GAM here, and they are on Soul Point now. This is the game, if I've ever seen a game to just be so ready to be the rallying point for a team. This is it. Easy Love, 4 items, or 75% crit. Supa, 100%. Or no, not 100. Sorry, I read that wrong. No, that's 100% crit. He didn't have to go blood. That's right, he doesn't thirster. He doesn't have a bloodthirster. And Elio just going to keep trying to hold control here as behind them, they haven't spotted out Frescowi yet. There's the charm onto Easy Love, but he's able to flash away. The bullet time comes through, and it is time for Mad to fight for their lives. Kiaya? That was an interesting one, but it doesn't matter. It's a double kill right now for Easy Love. It is 0 deaths on the side of the Mad, or on the side of GAM, and Elio's gonna pick up the kill. He's just gonna run away from Supa, and it is 3-0 for GAM Esports. Flash forced out of Mirwin, and Emo's looking at this top wave, and he's damn hungry for gold. Levi's here. They're just gonna have to settle for this as a nice charm connects. The smite into the flash Q3. Do they have the damage? They do. Levi, 9 kills on the game, and he shuts down Frescowi. And GAM, this is the time. This is the time to shine. Tier 3 falls in mid. And they are 7,000 gold ahead, and they are in full control. Emo going to grab his Jonk shows. What is his final item going to be? IE, I'm guessing? Doesn't need to be, but it would make sense. It starts so well. QSS. QSS. Great Cyclone by Levi right there. Saves his ADC. And then just Alvaro stuck. And then they think they can get Levi, but they just can't. They miss it. Supa forced to ulti out. And that means that there's nothing. Oh, Emo got rooted. And then Elio's just going to buy time. He's going to flash away. He's going to dodge the Q, which is all that matters. The double dagger's missing means that Supa's dead, and Elio's allowed to Braum laugh all the way to the bank. And yeah, look at TK get fired up. The face of GAM Esports. I believe the CEO, I don't know what his position is specifically, but he's there every game. He's hyping his team up. He believes in his boys, and they're giving him a reason to believe right now. Almost over 7,000 gold ahead right now of the Mad Lions, and 45 seconds on Baron. This could be the death knell for the Mad Lions in this game, as Kiaya should not face check Elioya. And they're just going to keep zoning Mad Lions out of their own jungle here. They're going to squeeze out as much vision as they can. And This is so hard for MDK to fight back into because this is a very fed Levi. This is a very, very bulky Yone. Very, very strong Misfortune. And this cannon, I mean, Kiaya hasn't had many great engages. He ate the Gromp wall in the last fight and didn't even get a takedown. But that's fine. The threat of just not having disengage is pretty big, as 52% of the combat gold right now, or the item gold, is here on the side of GAM. They're 7,000 gold ahead in spent gold. As Emo getting wrapped around on, but that means GAM can just fight in the base. They don't need to worry. They could single out just anyone they want to, as Elyoya is just going to get jumped on by Emo. They're going to throw everything into this Yone, and now no cease and desist, and that means that Emo will find the kill. It's going to be Easy Love picking up that one. Bullet time forces out the Feather Storm. They're trying to get Easy Love. They won't. And now Kiaya flashing forwards, locks down Mirwin. That's going to be the equalizer going down, but it's not going to be enough damage quite yet. Kiaya will fall. Emo doesn't find the kill by just pixels of health bar, but it's still 4v3 for GAM, and that means it's time for the Drake Soul, and that's going to be really, really devastating. 3 of these champions will love to have that bonus move speed. It is on Mirwin to steal the Drake. It is on Mirwin to potentially steal this game away. He's not he's spotted now. He can't fight. There's no damage, and there's no chance he's getting it. Drake Soul for GAM Esports, and we got 6 minutes to Elder, because it's 6 minutes on Elder Drake specifically. Baron is available, but the Mad Lions can't fight it. They can't stealth this. Kiai has teleport. Are they going to call for it at least? They're going to try and play around the darkness possibly, but it is not looking pretty, as it will have to be a 75% crit game. Mercurial Scimitar, I don't think it gives crit chance. I think it just gives attack damage and the magic resist plus the active. We'll have to just wait, as they still have 350 on 350 still on this inhib, so they could just try and pressure mid constantly, as, I mean, just shoving in these waves means that it is constant pressure. As Frescowi unspotted, but there he's going to get caught. And he's in the wrong side of the rift here, as Kiaya going to throw down the Maelstrom. There's the stun, the follow-up, not quite there. The charm, not going to connect, but there's Levi over the wall. It is Kiaya picking up his 4th kill of the game, and it is time for GAM to go onto the Baron. They still have the bullet time, they still have the Cyclone, and they still have the Magnet Storm, as Mirwin gonna get locked down, and that's going legendary for Easy Love. Super Feather Storms, flash followed by Easy Love. It's a double. It's gonna be 1 for Emo, and it's gonna be the game for GAM. It is game 3. It is everything GAM could have asked for. They're going for the ace. They're gonna just make sure Elyoya's not covering this, because Emo can end by himself. And it is GG's, as GAM play a beautiful game 2. They'll pick up their first win of the Swiss stage. And now it's winner moves on. It's win or go home. It'll be Frescowi. Do they have the tankiness? They will have it. The teleport coming in to keep this minion alive. And Frescowi cannot kill 4. It is not a chance in hell. They'll get him for the double ace, in fact. And it is time for GAM to play their hearts out in game 3. Just like they did there. This is off center, isn't it? No, it isn't. It just looks like that. Because if I do... Oh, it is. GAM logo is a little small, so let me fix that really quick. But it is officially GAM time, man. It is officially GAM time. They've finally arrived at the Swiss stage, and there's no better time to show up than when your backs are against the wall. Because, if that game went south in any way, GAM's run would have been over. The VCS's final run would have been over. But now it all comes down to this. Who takes game 3? Who will advance to the second batch of games? Who will be knocked out and sent home? Will it be the Mad Lions being the first major region team to go home, or will it be GAM being the final VCS team to go home? We will see as game number 3 is next. And it is time for the final game of the first series. Game number 3. The Mad Lions crushed GAM in game 1, and game 2, GAM clapped back, and it is now win or go home, do or die. And of course, make them believe. As the tagline says, it is time to make your region believe that you can do what you need to do. As Levi going to get double banned out, and it's just going to be the Yone taken away once again. They're not going to ban it. Damn, not banning it. Nah, Flowers' face describes everyone there. Why are they not banning it? They don't want to give over the Skarner, but they also don't want to give over anything else. But it's going to be Kiaya's. Oh my god. Kiaya was the first Aurora at the World Championships, if I'm not mistaken. He went 2-0 on the first day of the tournament. Or on the second day of the tournament, taking down the SoftBank Gaming Hawks in his first series. And oh boy, it was a treat to see that. It was so good. And oh, Levi, are you going to do it? And he's saying if the VCS is going down, we're going out in style. Remember 7 years ago, the surprise Nocturne was the key to winning that first series, or that first game. And oh my god. Oh, baby. Yeah. It's gonna be the Levi special. Elyoya gonna respond with the Sejuani here, so they have a good answer into the Nocturne, if nothing else. But what is the final lock-in? Because they need to figure out what they're gonna do to counter this Aurora in the top lane. It's just gonna be the Gnar. It's gonna hope the Gnar works out, because Kiaya is very good at this Aurora champion. He was making people look goofy on it. And it's going to be Ari locked in for Emo. We just saw the matchup not work out for Frescowy. We have to see if Emo is much better on this side. It's just been... I mean, Emo didn't even really... I mean, he was good. Yes, he definitely had some good plays, but he was not the guy last game, and it showed. And on this game, he might have to... He's going to be on a more supportive role, but he also has the potential to show off on his own, and he kind of never gets that opportunity. Yone only got a couple opportunities to chunk down Frescowy really hard, and I really want to see him just pull the trigger on getting a solo kill after just at some point. It would be really nice to see this Ari finally get an execution, because I don't think Ari was really able to do anything last game. Ash and Rel take it away. They learned. Elio is really good at Rel. It's not like every team has known that for quite some time, but they are learning today. And Ash take it away from Supa. They just really need to nerf this. Not the champ. I was going to talk about Supa. They just need to make Supa irrelevant, not the player. And they're going to take away Ezreal. Yep. They're just going to take away 2 of his best ADCs, because it is all about getting rid of this 80 threat, because they already have to deal with Frescowy. So if they could put Supa on something that is a bit less carry oriented, obviously it's still going to do a ton of damage. It is an ADC, but if they can get him off of the things that are very hyper carry, it could be a lot cleaner. And this is going to be easy love locking in the Kalista. Elio has a lot of options at his disposal, to say the least. So what's the bot side for the Mad Lions here? Because that is all that they need to worry about right now. Into the Kalista, no Ashe available. Will it just be something like a Kai'Sa Alistar or a Kai'Sa Nautilus? Because that does seem to be what a lot of teams are defaulting to when they don't get their hands on a hyper-specific bot lane that they are aiming to execute. And It's not a bad thing. It's just, it seems to be the default bot lane for this tournament so far is a Kai'Sa, Nautilus, Rel, or Alistar. That seems to be the default support overall. And it will be Alvaro on this Nautilus. I might have liked the Alistar more, but I think that's just because I'm used to Alvaro's Alistar specifically. Yes, I pronounce it both ways, depending on the context, depending on just how I'm feeling at that very specific moment. It's gonna be the Braum. This is a... Oh. They really need a bulky member, so they're going to avoid kind of the consensus best run or best Kalista pairing in that Renata and go for the Braum instead. They needed some bulkiness, even though Kiai is going to be kind of bulk and Emo is going to be running Grasp. That's really all they're going to be getting out of bulkiness. They aren't really the damage threats in this context. This Pain Gaming logo is really small, and I'm going to fix that while we're at it. But I think Mad Lions just have the better comp. I think GAM just drafted a bunch of power picks and didn't really plan, which kind of gives away how this feels. Kind of gives away the play here. And I don't love it. I'm not a giant fan of GAM's draft, to say the least. I can see what they wanted to go for. They know that Kiaya is really good at the Aurora, and Levi, of course, very good at the, or historically very dominant on the Nocturne, but I don't know if that's what... I don't know. It just feels a bit too discombobulated as a comp as we are into the final game of this series. Can GAM pull off the win, or will we just see the Mad Lions survive at 1 and 2 once again? Well, actually, it wasn't. They survived. They barely made 1 and 2 last year. Or they were 1 and 1, so they didn't have to worry about surviving a 0-2 match. But GAM survived their 0-2 last year against Team Liquid. Can they do it against the other region, the rival of the team they beat last year? As Team Liquid are also here again. They are cursed, man. They are cursed. They are yet to win in the Swiss stage, and we'll get there when we get there. But both of these teams at least have wins in the Swiss stage. Both of them went 1 and 3 last year. Now it is only one of you can make it out. And it is looking like a lane swap angle for the Mad Lions. As Mirwin just... Okay, Mirwin going up to the top side, but Kiaya going to take his base here. He's just going to keep basing. He likes the animation. He just likes the animation. As now, 4 members spotted out. And they're just going to go for this invade. GAM just have to... Or not GAM. Mad Lions just have to give this over. Even if they spot it out, what are they going to do? Mad Lions not going to make the stupid play and answer. They're just going to let it happen. As they've spotted out the lane swap scenario going on as Alvaro is not in lane. They're just going to let it happen. As, oh. This is a much better situation for GAM, or for Mad Lions than GAM. Even with the steal away, Oyoi is just going to be able to go this way. He's going to get spotted. And it's just going to be both sides doing the same exact thing in this situation. There's no chance Elyoya vert jungles that. Look at the cross, or gets across to the blue side. Thing is, Alvaro isn't down here yet. Levi's already level 3. And this is going to be a plating over to GAM already. Yaya's down here as well, as they're just going to try and jump onto Alvaro. Hook going to connect. It's going to be a lot more damage onto the turret here, as they have a lot of tankiness, as they're going to try and land the root, but it's already Alvaro down. First blood goes to Kiaya. Is there any follow-up for Mirwin? There really isn't an opportunity. I don't think they get a dive here. They should not go for a repeat dive quite yet. Actually, if Kiaya's tanking, they can go for it, as Kiaya going to give the kill over to Easy Love, and it's an easy 2-0 for GAM. Another plating will fall as well, and they are just cruising here. Teleport burned my Mirwin. They don't have the teleport of Supa this time. He's not on the Ziggs. He's not playing a mage where he can afford to take the teleport. He needs the cleanse here, and it's going to be a jump onto Emo. They need to get it, but it's just going to be a flash force instead. But that is really not something you can afford to do at this point of the game already. GAM masterfully played this dive. We've been seeing teams bork this dive. Hell, we saw Mad Lions kind of bork the anti-dive earlier. We saw GAM also kind of bork the dive in game 1, but they do not. They play it perfectly. This aggro juggle. Elio would have died right there if he tanked anymore. Another Levi survives on 1, and then I was wondering if they were going to make Elio tank, but no. Kiaya has grasp. He can actually afford to tank quite a bit here, as he can tank 3 turret shots. And it is, yeah, that's a tough start for Mad Lions, down 1,000 already. And the goal of get the lane bully out of the lane to bully did not even work, as Supa did nothing wrong here. Supa just pushed in his top lane and reset like he was supposed to. Because the point of it, to a degree, is also to deny XP. But when there's 2 kills going over in the bot lane, you can't really say our goal is to deny XP from the roaming top laner, because it did not happen. The level advantage is not there. The play just falls apart for the Mad Lions. Just disaster striking to start the game. It's just everything that is they are Murphy's lawing it up right now, as I don't think there's a dive angle, as Aljoya is here. They know that already, but it's just going to be Kiaya continuing to put down the harass onto Mirwin. And oh my goodness, another 3-hit passive. That was just something I didn't notice. Alvaro forced to hook away. It's not even going to connect. He has no flash. Alvaro's just going to die here. There's just no doubt about it. They might trade Elio in response, but they won't. Easy Love does indeed make it look easy, and GAM are continuing their momentum from game 2 into game 3. They are up 2,000 gold in 5 minutes. In only 4 minutes of laning. There are only 4 minutes of laning. Alvaro also just got either super unlucky or like had the one specific angle that doesn't connect, because Nautilus' hook has a bigger hitbox on terrain, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, the hitbox is bigger on terrain. As Kiaya chunking out Mirwin. If he had the Between Worlds, that was easily a flash force minimum. And let's go check. Because I believe it has larger hitbox. Let's teleport out of Frescowi. He's at least got some level advantage. As Easy Love gonna spot out something going on, but he's gonna have to flash away here, and he's got the kiting. They'll get something at least. But Elio is here. Emo is here. The stun onto Alvaro means Elio's going to pick up that one. And Supa forced to cleanse. I don't think they should overcommit, as there's the fate sealed, and Easy Love's going to fall. This is the opportunity the Mad Lions have been looking for. And they'll get something. It's a big shutdown, but Mirwin's dead. There's the flash force, and there's the Q kill coming through. It is, not good. They'll still get something, but not quite what you want. It is a bad spot, to say the least. And goal lead just up to 3,000. 10 minutes. Oh my god. Oh, this is so dangerous. And that is very silly. Wait, what? That's new. Okay. Sorry, there's a weird thing that I see. This Disaster. They're really only even in mid. They are hoping that this mid play, and the kill went to Elioya. Oh, I legitimately thought it went to Frescowi. It did not. Kiaya is going to, there's the Meganar coming out. Do they get the jump here? They're at least going to burn as much of the Meganar. The Paranoia goes down. Between Worlds is available. I don't think Kiaya wants to burn it just yet, though. Is it? It's up. Does scare him off the solo, as Kiaya doesn't have flash, so Mirwin would have been pretty confident jumping forwards there. Elioya unspotted, but GAM know better than to just try and do a really weird play that isn't going to work. Like that, they've been making weird plays that don't work all tournament, but that was a pretty simple one. Super spot, what? Oh, Sentinel. Oh my god, I forgot. Sorry, I'm so used to just seeing the Sentinel die in 2 seconds that I've never actually seen. I forget that it reveals. I forget it does anything. It's such a bad ability. I legitimately only cast it like twice a game. I use it for vision, but it's so bad. It's such a bad ability. They really need to, like, I know they can't really afford to give Kalista a good W, but could they try? Would it kill them? Not 3,000 anymore, at least, but would it kill them to, I'm not even kidding, would it kill them to give Kalista's Sentinel some smart pathing or targeting? It just feels really stupid. Just such a bad ability. Holy cow, that's 38 CS on Mirwin. I didn't notice. I just assumed it was like, it was low, but it's not that bad. Frescowi getting the jump onto Emo, but he's not really able to do any damage yet. As Levi should be able to solo this Drake pretty quickly. It's another 10-minute dragon, though. But they're not even trading anything for it. So this time the Mad Lions aren't really able to justify any of this, saying, oh, but at least we traded the object. No, they are getting destroyed right now. All over the rift. As Elioya gonna get the spot out onto Elio. Elio? I think it's, I've heard them say Elio. It might be Elio. I don't know. What? Okay, their pronunciation for it, I would like to know. No. But the Grubs started by GAM. Okay, little tangent away. As Alvaro gonna take a good amount of damage there. 4th Grub means that the Mites will spawn now. As it is going to be 4, 5. Are they gonna get a 6th one as the reset comes through? For Emo, nope, gonna cancel it. It's gonna be 6 Grubs. It's a Grub sweep for GAM Esports here. Teleport coming out from Kiaya to match Mirwin and just deny him as much of this as they can. Emo's up in top lane. Supa's not gonna get any plates here. And this is just continued dominance from GAM after game 2. It filled them up with confidence, and now they are finally playing the game we know they can play, and it is so great to see that happening. Just a team that seemed to lose everything after the play-in stage has finally regained it. Ooh, the charm, the predict, not quite on the mark, unfortunately. Would have been nice. There you go. That's a nice pop for you. Sorry. I moved my armchairs by accident when I just move around. As Frescowi, not going to get the jump. The minion was in the way as well, but still not going to do much. It's hovering around 3,000, so at least it's not exact. It's not over 3,000 yet. It's just pretty close to 3,000. Look, we're looking for positives here. There ain't many. As Kiaya, she got 30 CS up right now. Oh my god. Just everything that could have gone wrong to start this game has, and it has been attempts of clawing it back for the rest of it. 6 Grubs, 5. They had 4 kills before the Mad Lions had 1, and then they got a kill in response anyways. They got the only Drake so far. They're ahead everywhere. The top laner alone is up 1,000. Easy Love dodging away from the Glacial Prison as well. It is just, the Mad Lions just need to reach for anything they could get, and it's just not happening. They are just reaching for plays. They're not connecting. Elyoya gonna get stunned up here. I don't think he gets killed off. The pressure from Alvaro and Supa is a little too much for Easy Love to just blindly ignore. And it is continuing to just be an expanding gold advantage. Yeah, killing off this cannon intentionally. Man, Raise Morale was such a good ability. I wish they would bring back some minion cancel or minion denial, because honestly, it's an interesting mechanic that doesn't get explored enough outside of Dota. And Kai's just holding on to his Demolish here. He's just waiting for as many minions to die before he needs to actually kill the turret himself. As nice buffer from Elio. Is this going to be enough to lock down Easy Love? It will be enough to get Alvaro away and get Supa a kill. Something in exchange as first turret finally falling. It's 3,500 in the lead for GAM still. But now, that's something. As Supa going to be able to jump in, flash follow, and Supa gets the kill onto Easy Love. It's a solo for the Mad Lions bot laner, and there is that is big. That is the carry of GAM down. That is your carry getting the kill as well. And the Mad Lions are trying, well, Supa's starting to claw back this game. He's doing what he can. Still, though, it is going to be tough for the Mad Lions. Cuts it to a 3K flat lead as this tier 1 almost going to fall. They will be able to clear the way fast enough, but it is... Oh, it's actually down. The burn will kill it off as Alvaro can't land the hook to safety. There's Elyoya to land the Glacial Prison. The shield not in time, but it's just Kiaya picking up that one. Mirrorwind will pick up a turret in the bot lane in exchange for Scowie. Has a Bork now as... Oh, there's the Between Worlds. Is there an escape for Supa here? The Plasma gonna connect. The grass procs are enough. And there's Kiaya on a killing spree. Mirrorwind is so full of spears. It's not gonna be enough. There's the charm from Frescowie. Levi dodges away from everything. Elio flashes away. And that's the kill for Emo. And GAM are flying through the Mad Lions right now. The Marines, or formerly known as the Marines. I don't know. I still call them the Gigabyte Marines. It is just dangerous. Oh, no. They get one kill, and then they just have to give so much. Or actually, they get two. But then Supa, no ulti available, just means he has to just hope for the best here. And this teleport is not great. I mean, Kiaya just missing some of his stuff. And then Frescowie's coming in. He's trying to clutch it out. He has Elyoya here to land some stuns. But then, boom. Elio denies him the Fate Seal. That would have been a lot of damage, at least, onto Elio, if not a kill. And the faces of the Mad Lions coaching staff is exactly the situation that I feel. It is so dangerous. They'll get a Rift Herald, but it's going to be a second Drake for GAM here. And that might be a little more valuable for now. Get something. There's still 3,500 down, though. And Easy Love just going to throw in some spears, get the movement. It's at the point where it is faster to auto-attack and run for Easy Love than it is to actually run. And it's still all on the back of Supa. It generally has been, whenever Elyoya is not playing a tank, it's just been GAM leaning on Supa, and they can't really afford to just do that right now because even though he is ahead, he can't be the sole member doing something. The rest of the Mad Lions need to do whatever they can. Elyoya is always going to provide value. It's just whether Elyoya is going to be really doing a ton this game. Because he's Sejuani. There's only so much he can do. Without it just being like, okay, it's kind of just not really much else. Besides, he's a two-man, he's a two stuns and an airborne, and that is really all you can ask of him. And same for Alvaro. He is really here to do CC, but I need Mirrorwind. I need Frescowie to show up. Frescowie has had like one game. Mirrorwind has had like one game this tournament where they've really shown up, and they need to keep that They need to change that because you can't really just have one guy be the carry every game anymore. As Mirwin getting locked down, going to be able to flash away. Easy Love not going to over chase. There's the fate sealed out, maybe to try and get to safety. The depth charge going to connect. Levi is low. That's Easy Love getting locked down. Supa gonna find one, but it's gonna be one of response. But now Mirwin has the damage, but Emo is unleashed. That's another for Kia. It's a double. The Gnar is nice, but is it nice enough? No. Triple kill for Kia. 4 for GAM. And they are toying with the Mad Lions now. It is just everything not coming up Mad Lions. They get 2, and it maybe looked good. And then Aurora is so strong right now. 6-0-3, already 2 items. There is nothing that the Mad Lions can do. They stalled for so long. They get Levi CC'd. They're going to get Levi out. I mean, Easy Love tanks that. Easy Love did not need to tank that. They get 1. They're going to get Elio. But now Emo and Aurora, or Emo and Kia are just unleashed. Mirwin will get a nice Mega Gnar here. But Easy Love's also here to put in some chip damage. And everything is still available. And, yep, you could see the coaching staff are starting to potentially believe that this is the time to shine. 2-0-4 on Emo. 6-0-3 on Kia. He's continuing to champion this top lane Aurora. I don't think we've seen many of them. We haven't seen much Aurora this tournament at all, obviously, because Aurora's been banned most games. But he has been the champion for Aurora this tournament, in the top lane at least. As there's the jump in onto Mirwin. Mirwin is tired. Levi gonna get the fear. The Between Worlds is perfect. And it's Kia. 7 kills, no deaths, and Emo's here. Great E flash. Supa gonna cleanse away. And GAM 5v4. They could just keep going here if they want. And this is just so damn clean from GAM this time. 6K ahead at 20 minutes. His team is playing more like we expected them. This is like they were playing back in the VCS right now. Is Easy Love gonna go forwards as Elyoya lands the... Oh, it's onto Levi, though. And that's the hook landing onto Elio. Can they keep this going? They will get Elio down. Is it going to be enough? Frescowi has the fate sealed. He needs it to connect. It's going to connect onto Emo. Is it going to be enough to follow? Supa goes in with the killer instinct, but he falls. It's so perfect. This is the opportunity as the hook connects for Alvaro. Easy Love cleanses away for the root. He's found another. It's a double for Easy Love, and it is too easy. But it's a 2 for 2. And that going even means Easy Love's going to get fed. But the Mad Lions pull back something. But this is just brick wall. They can never win a fight. The Mad Lions can never get the numbers advantage they want. They want these... No, it is a 3 for 2. Everyone died at the start of that play. And they want to get Supa. Nothing connects. And then Easy Love, perfect jump away right there. And then they're just going to kill off Elio. And that's fine. That is perfectly acceptable. Easy Love kind of in a tough spot. He couldn't really afford to do anything else. Good flash from Easy Love. Just barely. And then the jump in. Mirwin so low, but Easy Love knows who to focus. And he's not going to risk anything. Even though he gets hooked by Alvaro, I would have went forwards there. And the Mad Lions are realizing all their plays are going even. It is just really difficult now for them to go and get an advantage fight. They are trying, and look at the damage. These ADCs are everything for these teams right now. But you got to look at who's the better supportive damage. And right now, it is Kia, it is Emo. They are just the better excess damage because Easy Love is the carry, but he's not the only player on the team doing anything. He's a lot of damage, but Kia is here. Emo's doing a ton on this Ari right now. Elio is just giving his life for the causes. Alvaro going to get jumped on. He's going to use the depth charge, but it's going to be him going back to the depths. Easy Love, 3 kills in a row now, and it's Baron o'clock for GAM. And it is 100% GAM time. And they still have... Oh my goodness, they have everything. They're going to have a Gnar ulti. If they can hit this, it would be huge. But Levi got to turn the lights off. The Between Worlds is committed. The Fate Sealed only going to connect onto Elio. And there's the pull with the Fate's Call. Super's already forced to disengage. Mirrorwind going low. He's going to get stunned. Easy Love is going to execute him with the Ren. They don't even need the Baron. The chase onto Elyoya is perfect. And it's not even going to be anything traded. GAM are going back to the Baron. Back to the well. And they are going to get another 1,500 cash injection. It is going to be 7,000 or 8,000 gold ahead. Somewhere in that range. It is devastation from GAM. They are obliterating the Mad Lions right now. As the Charm going to connect. The hook will not. Can they kill someone? Supa doesn't have killer instinct, so it's going to have to be a follow-up. Can they steal it? They will not. The smite is clean. The hook connects. Elio may give his life, but it's not going to matter as Levi picks up the kill. And GAM wearing purple. Everybody's alive, and that's going to be just 300 extra gold on top of it. And now it is just, it's got to be over. This is so good. They can't escape. And then Supa's just zoned off. GAM play that fight, both fronts so cleanly. It's a 3v4. GAM are fighting 3v4 right now, and they're winning. They are so strong. It is just absurd how fed this team is now. Because... wow. Again, 3v4. Two members were off chasing Supa, and they still win that team fight. No deaths. Elio's just eating this damage. And Frescow, he is taking a lot from Easy Love here. 8,000 ahead for GAM. They're going to push in this mid lane. That is a 3-item Callista. That is a 3-item Aurora. With defensive utility nonetheless. And the win prob, it's 100%. This is probably the second highest win probability we've seen all tournament when it's been shown to us. There have been times where it's not shown to us. It's just implied. And 24 minutes in, it is Soul Point. You are facing down a Baron. You are 8,000 in the hole already. It is just, what the hell are you supposed to do into this? Because GAM are so powerful at this phase. Levi is so tanky. Doesn't even need the Hexplate. We've been seeing a lot of Hexplate Nocturne. Doesn't need it. Stridebreaker Sterax is so good. They'll get the top lane, but the bot lane is under siege right now. GAM want to bust open the base of the Mad Lions, and they will be able to do it easily. Supa gonna get his third item. Frescow hits absolutely nobody. Teleport coming in. It's gonna kill the turret, so it's not gonna go through. Supa able to jump away from Levi. Levi still has the Sterix. The hook connects, but there's Emo coming in out of nowhere. It is 3. It's a double 4. Easy Love, and it is over. It is all over. GAM, do you believe? Because it is time to stand up. It is time to say goodbye to the Mad Lions as they are getting wiped off the rift. And the Mad Lions 0-3. GAM do it 2 years in a row. They're going to go 0-2 and survive. They got one more series in them at least. And the smiles on the face of the Gigabyte Marines as the rookie team continues to falter. The Mad Lions once again. Strong first split. Disappointing follow-ups. They make it as the 3 seed. And then just underwhelm at Worlds. 2 years in a row they do this. GAM repeat the run from last year. They would like it to end with them going 3-2 instead of 1-3, of course. But they've secured themselves one more set. But for the Mad Lions, it is all over. They'll go take their final bow as a team at the World's stage. And there's TK. He is so happy to see his team perform. And just everything falls in line. They execute their win cons perfectly. They start by punishing the Mad Lions lane swap, and it ends with them rolling them over. The final bow for MDK, winless at the Swiss stage. And it means that it is the end of their run here at Worlds 2024. They'll have to wait till Season 15 to make another statement. But for GAM, it's one last run. And that was an unreal pair of games. I don't think I've seen... of the... four? No, of the 3 best of 3s, that was the most dominant one we've seen so far. I don't think... Genji definitely were not as dominant in their 2 wins. And, I mean, LNG were pretty dominant in their 2 wins. But GAM might have had the biggest statement win at the tournament so far, besides LNG's win over Billy. It is just unreal that this team turned it around. This is a team that looked just completely desolate 2 days ago, may I remind you. Like, they barely killed anyone. They barely had any kills in this game, in their 2 games. So, to just have that completely flip from just 3 straight, wow, just what the hell happened games to 2, holy cow, this team is good games, is so... It's the perfect time to get good. And for the Mad Lions, it was the worst time to fall off. They had a strong game 1, and we've seen that be a thing. From these teams in the best of 3s, we've seen strong game 1s get completely erased. Loud in their series got completely wiped afterwards. I don't think there were actually any... I mean, the Mad Lions definitely followed up their strong game 1 win against PSG with a very weak showing in game 2, but they did clean it up there. But unfortunately for them, they were not able to clean it up today. Oops, beat my mic up there a little bit. And it is over for the Mad Lions. It goes on for GAM and the VCS, and now we go on to Pain Gaming and Team Liquid. Will the spring champions of the North America, a team that has taken games off of T1, will they finally get their win? It feels like they've been playing decent League of Legends. They've been playing pretty okay. I say okay because they didn't win, which means they can't have pretty good games, obviously. But they've been playing some teams that I don't think they should have beaten. They played them pretty close and lost. Pain Gaming, they've been obliterated. They faced 2 really rough opponents in G2 and T1. So this is their easiest match of the tournament so far, and even then, I think it's a mountain for them to get over it. But we'll have to see. Will Brazil pull off the upset? They have not beaten... They've beaten 1 of their future America's League opponents. They did not face 100 Thieves, obviously, as they faced Vikings Esports. Or they faced Vikings Esports and Rainbow 7 in their lower bracket run in the group stage. Will they take a win off of North America, team from the other conference, in Team Liquid? Or will TL just somehow find a way to reignite the spark in NA and some hope for the future and keep their tournament run alive, of course? I'll see you for the the final series of the day. And it is time! Pain Gaming, Team Liquid, face off in the Future America's League grudge match. They're in separate conferences, but they can hate each other nonetheless. Team Liquid coming in, 2 seed from North America, 2 close games against the LPL representative, 3 and 4 seeds, the teams that they should have beaten, I think. But they messed it up in the mid-game or the late game, and it cost them. Pain Gaming have just been beat over the head with really strong opponents, and I think it's a little unfair. I mean, they're facing... What? They faced 2 teams. G2... Did G2 go to the 2-1? I cannot remember. I can't remember if they did or didn't. I think they did. I know T1 did with their win over Top Esports. I cannot remember if G2 did, and I feel really bad. Okay, I could turn this off then. Piss nuggets. Do that for now. I can leave this open, actually. Over here. Skarner, Lucian's still going to be taken away. Titan is a problem. And teams know that. Again, tearing it up in Champs Queue. He's been the reason Pain Gaming have won pretty much all of their game, like all of their wins have come off the back of Titan having a really strong game. And teams know that he's the key to success for this roster, and that's going to be Impact BE wanting his Jax. He's just telling Weiser, let's go. Step it up. What are you going to do? It's going to be really hard, actually. I'm impressed TL banned Yone. Can APA not play it? I don't know. They haven't... I know they've been banning it in some of their scrim blocks. I don't know if they've been banning it consistently or if that was the plan to ban it consistently, but it's going to be Gnar into Jax. The matchup I was expecting Weiser to take. Weiser on one of his more played champions throughout the season. And we're going to need to see something pop out here. As Carioca's going to lock in the Nocturne. Now, we just saw a really good Nocturne game. We've been seeing really good Nocturne games throughout most of the tournament. The Orianna, usually the angle. Will APA steal that away? I don't think I've ever seen APA play Orianna before, so this would be new. I think this would be new. I don't think I've ever seen this guy play Ori before, but are they going to just get early Kai'Sa, early, just full bot lane? They could go for it. I don't know if it's the right call to go for early bot lane lock-in, but they'll get at least Yon's champion. Will they go for the Rel here is the question now. That's really what I'm asking, because that's going to be heavily contested. I don't think Pain are going to let that through, whether it's them picking or banning it. If they want to lock in that pretty much consensus best support, they really need to take it now, and they will. There's just no reason not to lock it in, especially with, yep, Orianna going to be the option. They could have just guessed that, and I don't know what they would have put into it, but it is pretty obvious that it's going to be the Orianna because it's Nocturne. There's just no reason not to get Nocturne Orianna. And I think it opens up a lot of opportunities for Pain Gaming. It's just, what do they want to take? They could take Misfortune here. But the ban phase obviously comes first, but if we're looking at a team fight comp, then we need to find what Pain Gaming need to find who's their damage in the team fight going to be. It's not going to be Gnar. Orianna's ulti is nice, but that's not going to kill anyone yet. And Nocturne's not going to kill a ton of people by himself. Nico going to be taken away from APA. It's like one of his best champions. He's been tearing up. He's been tearing it up for the past year now. On that, yeah, he's only played 3 splits, and he's pretty good. He's widely regarded as one of the best mids in NA, and his Nico has to be feared and respected. Kalista going to be taken away for Titan. They're just scared of Titan. I don't blame them. He's pretty much the widely agreed upon best player on the team. Like, again, you looked at the ratings for a lot of the players coming in from analysts and fans, and a lot of fans and analysts put Pain Gaming relatively low rated. Like, a lot of them were pretty low tier. Maokai taken away from Umti, but they were like rating them like D, or I think some of them even have F tier, but Titan was like B or A tier in those. Like, a lot of the team was either C or lower, and then Titan was just an A tier ADC, and it's like everyone knows this guy is a threat. And I'm glad he's getting the respect, because he hasn't gotten to go to Worlds or MSI in literal years, and I'm so glad people still remember how legit this guy is, and how amazing, like, his carry potential is through the roof, as that's triple ADC bans on the side of Team Liquid, and those are all champions Titan can absolutely shred you on. And there's still Ashe available, there's still Misfortune, there's still Varus. There's no Kai'Sa, though, which is kind of the only issue. Ezreal, he's good at Ezreal, but I don't know. I think I might have wanted to go for the... I think it could have been a potential Ashe angle there for Pain Gaming. I don't hate the Ezreal. He's very good at it, and it's a confident pick, as this is Umti on the Brand. I don't like Brand jungle in this meta. It's not going to be Umti on the Xin. That's an NA pick right there. Umti does like playing Xin. Is he going to lock it in? We're going to have Xin Zhao on the main. Okay, no. It would be really cool, but I think Umti's the only one playing it at this point, so... It's going to be the jungle locked in. And is it going to just be the Ahri to lane? It is. Going to just be the Ahri locked into the Orianna. Now, Pain Gaming weren't uncontested. That's kind of the thing that tends to happen with a lot of these teams. It's just going to be Kuri going to the Alistar. Had a little drop in from one of the Brazilian casters, or Brazilian analysts, I guess, in this case, but had to run off. But it's good to show the Brazilian cast some love. The Brazilian team is very good. Like, they are very... The Brazilian production team, I watched CB LOL. Like, when they pushed LCS back, I started watching CB LOL a lot whenever the LEC wasn't running, and I've been watching CB LOL for years, so I've been a big supporter of CB LOL, but it's been a fun time. They're a really good team over there, but I was going to pull this on because a team like GAM or PSG, it's really hard for them. It's hard to gauge where they are, not only in standing when they come to the international stage, but also, like, what's their skill level relative to the rest of the field? Because they're very good, clearly. They're good teams regionally. The issue is when you go uncontested on the international, like when you go uncontested in your region, you don't face a lot of strife. You don't have a lot of teams really beating you down or giving you any real challenge half the time. Like PSG Talon lost 4 games in the summer. They've lost like 8 games regionally all year, including BO5 and regular season. And that's including the extended regular season where you play the entire field once and then you rematch half of the field. So, yeah. But Pain Gaming were not that. They weren't even first entering the playoffs. They were second entering the playoffs and then had a tough battle. They had a tough battle against their eternal rivals, apparently, as they were contesting them in the first season of CB LOL, and they contested them in the final of the Vivo Cade Stars. They were just threatening them the whole time, and it is, it's usually, honestly, I think teams are better when they do that, and don't let those fool you. I think Pain Gaming can win. It's got to be through bot lane again. These bot laners are probably the 2 best ones we've seen today by far. Like, Titan is very good, and Jan is... I like Jan a lot, actually. I think I was a big hater of him first, though. Like, I was definitely a big hater of Jan at first, but he's an improvement over Lost. Lost on TL? Oh my god. I remember I joked about it. It was either TSM Lost or TL Lost, and I was like, yeah, he is very lost. He's so bad. But Jan is just... It's night and day. Like, Team Liquid hit us. They hit a snag in the 2020s. I mean, COVID didn't help, and then just things imploding consistently. It was TSM Lost, by the way. But they were competing, but they were never really contesting. C9, EG became a powerhouse at the time. 100 Thieves started becoming a really solid team as lane swap coming through. But now they are, oh, Impact, stealth. They don't know. He would be stupid to move. Is he spotted? Oh, he's not spotted. So he's not going to get zoned off of this XP right here. And this is actually going to set up a really good play for Umpty. Hold on, wait, what? Hold on. Hold up. This is going to be huge. And they're basing Kuri. Oh, Titan is dead. I'm so sorry, Titan. Team Liquid have played this phenomenally, as there's pretty much no chance. He does have the jump, and he's going to finally spot him out. It's going to have to be a flash here. Flash follow from Umpty, and that is flash for flash. That is something you take every day of the week if you are Team Liquid. And Impact, oh my goodness, a misplay from Pain Gaming. If they face check the bush, they would have survived, no problem. Oh. Oh no. Team Liquid get away with an absolutely galaxy break. Like, that is a... They get away with so much on that play. It is unfair. That is an unfair play right there, as APA continues to just get chunked out. That is the early Ari trades. You can hit Q, you can hit W, but Orianna just throws everything through the wave here. Now, Jinkato is one of the weaker mid laners, if I will say that. Jinkato, I think, has been one of the weak links of Pain Gaming's tournament run. Though again, tough opponents, doesn't matter who the weak or strong links are. But Titan and Corey have been showing out. I've never pronounced it like that before. Titan and Corey have been showing out as Corey flashes in. Impact has flash available if he needs it, but there's the fear coming through. The flash follow means that it's actually early from Karaoke, and Pain Gaming don't get anything here. And then Impact's going to just probably teleport back to bot lane, as it doesn't seem that that Yon wants to leave top lane for any particular reason. He's into a Gnar. He's better than facing into an Ezreal. He has a slight range disadvantage as opposed to a gigantic range disadvantage. And Corey going to be able to dodge away from something here. There's no flash on Impact, but there's not really an opportunity. Titan not going to be able to use the Arcane Shift. Oh my god. This is kind of tough here for Pain Gaming, as this lane swap has been working really well. Yes, it's because of their own error, but it is still working really well for Team Liquid. That is an objective fact, that this play is going so well. Unbelievably well for them. Because it really shouldn't be. It feels like it shouldn't be. You look at Impact. You look at Jax into Ezreal. That should not be a lane that is playable, but the error allows it to be. Jinkato is way too far forward here, and he's just going to have to flash. Yep. Just needs to flash there. There's no reason not to. There's legitimately no angle. It's either you get queued and then you flash, or you flash before, and it's just easier to do it beforehand. Allow no chance of follow-up from APA and company. And it is just Team Liquid forcing out a bunch of summoners. They just keep winning in really simple ways without killing people. And are we just going to be here to help Chinquero shove out this wave? Chin? Or definitely not Dean. Chinquero going to shove this wave out with the help of his Alistar. Not the Mukau. I think we've only seen Mukau this tournament. It is just objectively Alistar's most popular skin. Is there's the jump in onto Core. It's going to get the stun, though. And maybe something comes through. They're trying to get Umpty down, but APA's here. And it's going to be first blood to Karaoke. But here, Corey's running right now. Here comes Weiser. Gonna throw the rock. He's not going to find the kill. APA gonna get the trade back onto Corey. And there's so much damage. Yon forced a barrier, though. And it's 1-for-1, and we're dead even in gold still. Oh my goodness. Just barely getting out of there is Team Liquid, and these two teams, it's going to be a close early game. I don't know how a late game is going to go, but so far, Pain had a rough early game. This is just really tough, actually. It's a really rough combo. This actually goes off so much nicer. If that doesn't happen as... That is not what you want to see happen. Corey's just stuck here. Maybe he could have passed into his team, but it's not really smart to path that into your team. And then Yon just... Look at how he survives this. If he doesn't survive that, the barrier's for nothing. He would still have barrier, I guess, if he died, but the barrier was late anyway, so... It was just to prevent really any follow-up, I guess? I don't know. It was a late barrier. If that damage did kill him, he would have just had barrier. It's not really that much of a difference. Does have ulti now, though, so Yon going to be a lot safer in lane, and he has a slight gold lead. Them going for that fight did allow Titan to close the gold gap just a little bit between the ADCs, but Cannon's going to die. TL playing this very well. Turret should... Or not turret. Turret. Cannon should go down before Titan can get to it, and they do have a big XP advantage, actually. Almost a full level ahead, because Yon was just in that solo lane. Titan was farming down here. Yon solo laning. Worry. Spotted out now. They know the cow is in the bush. You would be surprised how many teams see that spell effect and don't know, okay? You would be surprised how many people have... I've faced so many people who see the Triumphant Roar and just don't think anything of the Alistar. It's just some people just don't know, man. Some people just don't know what Alistar does, apparently. It will just be first Drake. There's no reason for Pain Gaming to really contest this. There's no push in mid or bot lane. Just not worth risking it for no particular reason. It's a singular Infernal Drake. The stats are nice, but not that nice. Not worth that much to really do it. Just gonna chill. It's just gonna be a chill time here. Much of a play for either of these teams. Jinkato hasn't reset in a while, has he? No. Hasn't. I could tell because he has 2 amp tomes instead of anything, actually. As Charm connects onto Kuri. Kuri's just gonna pass through. Don't mind him. Damage onto Kuri, he doesn't really have a reason to care. Gonna walk away like nothing happened. As there's the jump in onto Titan. And Impact just gonna force out the Arcane Shift early. APA is level 8. Oh my. It feels like they shouldn't be, but no, that's just how it is. Kuri's just under-leveled. Jinkato's still not gonna base. They're really not gonna base him. Wow. Titan has teleport. Or not Titan. Sorry, Jinkato has teleport. They can have him clear this wave and shove it out base and... Okay, fine. As Impact gonna dodge away from the wallop. Just trying to get the rock throw. Not going to connect onto those backliners, though. Jinkato going to push out this wave and reset with Kuri. Yon can cancel this. Yon going to cancel Jinkato's reset. As Wise are able to jump away with the hop, not the skip. Called like leap. Stomp or something. It's weird. That's a weird. Wiser going to grab this turret plating in the bot lane. They kind of need to get vision control. Karaoke needs to be careful here. No sweepers available on the side of Pain Gaming, so they don't know where any of the vision is. They need to be careful here as they can just get caught out so easily. Titan is up here, so it is a little bit easier. Is Wiser gonna get the stun? Is Wiser gonna get the solo kill? Barely gonna get to flash away his impact. And now in with the Q flash. Cease, desist. Titan able to get away. Kuri on 1. He doesn't ulti though, and he's gonna die for it. As there's the stun coming through onto Karaoke, following up that charm, and Jinkato's just nowhere to be found. And Team Liquid, just get away with that. They just get away with that. Jinkato is still clearing out top wave. And it is kind of tough to say. Like, Team Liquid are... Or it's not tough to say Team Liquid are in control, but it's kind of a confused play from Pain Gaming. It's just... Yeah, that's just kind of tough. From Jinkato. Pain Gaming are doing well enough. They're still in this game. It's only 3 grubs, yes. So it's not the end of the world, but it just feels like they weren't on the same page for that fight. Like, Pain Gaming are positioning hyper aggressively when Kuri's already chunked down and Jinkato's in the top lane clearing wave, because to Jinkato, he needs to push this wave in. But the rest of Pain Gaming are positioning like he's there when he's not, and he can't really do anything. And I think they just needed to buy a little more time, but maybe they couldn't have. I don't know. It just feels like Pain misplayed that by a large margin. That should have been a lot simpler than it. On is really strong here. Already with the Shiv finished and 400 ahead. This is a very fat APA as well, I should mention. APA is going to be a problem if he keeps pace here, as he's 14 CS ahead. Oh my goodness. 23 CS ahead. Oh, 27 for... Yeah, it's a tough time in all lanes, apparently. Just CS gaps everywhere. And that's impressive, because Impact was able to farm still. Like, Titan did not force him off of much farm. He is so free to play there. But okay. Query can Hex Flash over the wall here. He is in position for a play. Weiser is going to go Mega. That means there's not really much for them to dive with. is checking. Weiser's going to lose Meganar, though. And they need to disengage here. Jukato has no teleport still. They need to buy a little bit of time. They're going to lose their Meganar, so they're not going to be able to build that up. If this fight happens within the next few seconds, or even within the next minute, it's going to be really hard to build up the Meganar. And Umti's already started it. There's just no Drake attempt from Pain Gaming. Jukato still needs to rotate down. He just doesn't have the teleport here from the earlier play where they were setting up for the grubs. And, oh! Titan is so damn clean, but he's going to get locked down. There's everything into him. They want him gone. Jukato with a nice ulti, but they need to lock down APA now. Can they do it? Karyoka's running, and there's Yon coming over the top. Corey gonna get the kill there, but it's a 2-for-1. Weiser is in a bad position. In fact, not gonna be able to lock him down, but there's the Seeker. And that is Pain Gaming off the map. They give all this for a Drake. What a steal. Didn't even try to smite it. Great flash there from... Oh my goodness. Great flash from Core there. He's still got it, man. This guy is like veteranosity incarnate. And it's going to be 4 kills over Team Liquid. Or 3 kills for Team Liquid. That is really good. And it is... Woof. Pain steal... Oh my goodness. They steal the Drake, though. Titan is just again, a different beast entirely. He's so good, but he's just not been unleashed. And it's kind of come back to haunt them. As TL have pretty fed carries right now. APA is so strong. He's a level ahead of Jukato, and he's about to get the... Junkato's about to get the smoke, as we call it in this business. As Core gonna lock him down. APA... As Core's gonna die here. This is a 1-for-0 so far. On to Team Liquid. And they don't have Shockwave anymore. The ball is in the wall. How do you get it there? Corey, how did you put the ball there? Griff Herald falls to Team Liquid. But Pain Gaming are back in this. As here comes the teleport from Jukato from base. And they're going to try and pressure this. They don't have Shockwave. They have Paranoia available if they need it. And they're just going to finish off this turret. And Pain Gaming. The macro? The macro from Pain Gaming? What? There's no teleport, so this is going to be a traded turret, but that is a tier 2 for a tier 1. That is such a valuable deal. What? Oh, Titan. What? Umti did not want to go for that, and Kuri's play just gets destroyed. And APA going to eventually clean up that one. And Pain are not afraid of this team. They do not fear Team Liquid. They know they can beat them. They think they can beat them, and they fully believe themselves. The gold is dead even right now. Ooh, doesn't connect. Probably could have went for the auto first, but wanted the stun, because if he went for an auto, Kuri's just going to respond in kind. It also allows Yon to jump in or reposition if he needs to. But Yon is 2 levels up on Titan right now. That is a massive problem. Like, that level... That rank on ulti, that is a dead... That is a dead robot. That is... Wait, no. That's actually going to be survival. But Jukato has no flash. He doesn't burn it. Yon flies in from way downtown. And that means that it is easy pickings for Team Liquid there. As APA... Oh, he's found Titan. Titan doesn't know what he can do. And... the Paranoia will allow him to escape at least. It's a Paranoia for an ulti, but it's still a 1-for-0 for Team Liquid. And that is more so what I was expecting from this game. I want Pain to win. It would be great. They're hunting for Brazil's first win on the world's main stage in 8 years. Last game they won, INTZ did it in their final appearance at the World Championships, as INTZ is likely disbanding their league division, but it was all the way back 2016, the last time Brazil even made the play or made it out of the play-in stage, or I believe at the time it was no, it was not international wildcard. That was yeah, that was the first year of the play-ins off of the backs of ANX. That's right. Is because ANX did so well coming out of the international wildcard tournament that they decided it's beneficial to have all those teams at the World Championship and have them play before. So, yeah, first play-in stage, INTZ made it out and won 1 game and lost 5. Again, only 4 wins, but there's the jump in on to APA. He's going to be able to run away. Kuri is just going to yell really loud and walk away. He didn't even use his ultimate. Didn't even need to. He still have health. They get APA's ulti out, but the cease and desist is available. Oh, reset canceled as well. That's going to take extra time. That's going to buy more time for Pain Gaming. It will be the Rift Herald in mid. They're going to try and just trade as much of this as they can as Crash comes through. Can they keep this wave alive? As Pain Gaming are going to just try and shred this, and they will. Karaoke should be able to grab this Drake uncontested, as they're going to just try and kill him. He's going to be able to get that, but he's just going to give his life. He's going to be able to flash away. Yon can follow if he so chooses. It's going to be a tier 2 in top lane down, though. And they're going to decide that is the valuable move. 2,000 gold advantage for Team Liquid. Pain, yeah, they sent way too many people mid. I thought it was going to be okay, but then Karaoke has Experimental Hexblade. That is it. He doesn't have enough damage to solo the Drake yet. Or enough damage to solo the Drake while being pressured by the rest of Team Liquid. That Rage Knife looks so bad. Or Rage Blade. Rage Knife was the upgrade. Jinkado. Ooh, nice charm. Doesn't get the turret, though. Just quite. Doesn't get it. Doesn't quite get it. Charm was nice, but that's a lot of damage from Charm as well. Holy cow. Pain. They had some nice plays, but they need to find more on the map. They've only taken down those 2 turrets in the top lane. Meanwhile, Team Liquid are looking everywhere across the rift for these. And I don't know, honestly, what the angle is for Team Liquid. Or for Pain Gaming, because they can't really fight them consistently. TL are fully online. Titan's 2 levels down right now. Actually, it's only Titan, yeah. Everyone else is either ahead or only a bit down. It's not that much. But the gold disadvantage, that is 2,500 in favor of Yon here. They're just getting so much. He's a full item pretty much up on... Sorry, I need lunch. But they are full level up on Titan here. It is so difficult for Pain Gaming to play around it. Jinkado is still trying to keep pace, but he's slowly losing it compared to the rest of his teammates and compared to his opponent mid laner, obviously in APA. He's massively behind. As there's the lockdown, and there's the charm coming through. The Seraphs can't save you now. Umti picks up the kill. And Team Liquid playing this one clean. They are giving Pain as little room as they can, as this should be the tier 1 finally falling in mid, but it's not going to happen. They're going to just allow them to clear out that wave in exchange for keeping the pressure on in the bot lane. And that's another tier 2 down. And that is a lot of Team Liquid's gold lead. Yes, they have a lot of kills over Pain Gaming, but they also have 2 tier 2s. They have so much standing gold. They have like 700 or 800 in standing gold off of those tier 2s alone. And then they expand the rest of it. CS advantages are huge. 26 in bot lane, or in mid. 40 in the bot lane. I remember talking about how Sayo did not farm. Sayo, my dude, didn't farm. He farmed worse at Worlds than he did internationally, obviously. Like, than he did regionally, I mean. But this is crazy because Titan has really been shut down this group or this Swiss stage. He's had a ton of moments throughout it, but that is really all he's had. And it is... Oh, there's 2 wards. Yeah. That's finally going to be the tier 1 falling in mid lane, and Pain Gaming are just so down here. Almost 5k behind. It's not insurmountable, but it is definitely going to be a battle to come back, to say the least, as or spots out Kuri. I think Kuri knows as well. actually spot him that time. The Baron is just going to be able to be constantly threatened by Team Liquid. They can clear out these waves so quickly in top and mid. APA pretty much just insta kills these waves, and Yawn has just a lot of attack speed already on top of it. But he also just has the Q. He has the missiles. And pure danger. As Impact spotted. Now spotted. Corey's way out of position here. But the rest of the team is here to follow it up if they need it. As there's the unbreakable will, and he flashes away. It's not even going to matter. Yawn on a rampage. And Team Liquid are just very, very powerful here. They're threatening 2 positions at once, and they're going to just get the Baron. They're going to start it. They're going to have to... Pain Gaming, going to have to find a way to get in the pit here. As they know. Do they have any wards? They will have some. As there goes Karaoke into the pit. Weiser is down. That is 2 picked off for Pain Gaming. Can they make it 3? They're not going to get it. They just miss it by 41 health. Team Liquid get the Baron. But is it going to be enough for them to get out with their lives? Core is going to sacrifice himself. Weiser picks up another kill. And it's 4 for 1. But the Baron in favor of Team Liquid. That is so devastating. Look at this. They play this fight so well. So much damage with that combo. But Karioka's going to fall here. Yawn is shredding him. And then Core comes in, and Yawn shredding him again. 62 health right there. He smites it, and Yawn, it leaves it at 60. It left it at 50 before, and now 62 when it leveled up, actually. And it's just no damage. It's not quite the damage you want. TL will get the Baron, but Team Liquid also give up quite a bit there in exchange. 16 to 13 in leveling for this bot lane. Oh no. Jinkeido's caught up, but just Titan has not. He is 2.5 behind right now. It will be Drake Soul point for Pain Gaming, but Team Liquid are going to try and grab this tier 2 in the mid lane. Gaming have such a small shot of getting back into it, and that Drake is it. That fight was huge. Sadly, was not the kills. Would have been really nice if it was the kills, yes. Or if it was the Baron on top of the kills. That dragon is really massive. And if they can keep hitting this combo of Orianna Nocturne, it's going to be so difficult for them, or for Team Liquid to contest them. They're just in a really strong position, even from behind with just that ulti, if they have the follow-up. And that's all they need. They just need follow-up. They don't need to worry about a lot when you're just able to completely blind the enemy team, or near side, I guess. I should not say blind, but literally blind the enemy team. And fly in with a big multi-man ulti. That sounded nice. But Pain Gaming are also just kind of completely zoned. They are in a rough position. They can't really kill a lot of people. They can't really step forwards, or else they die most often. Or more often than they don't. Team Liquid are in a really good position everywhere but the dragons. And maybe some early team fight. Since they do get hit by that. I mean, we saw how much damage that can do. That Karaoke ulti alone is the reason they were even contesting the Baron. And we're going to need to see a lot of those. This is the Hexplate Nocturne that I was talking about earlier, because we've seen a lot of the Hexplate, but we've also seen a little bit of, specifically from a player like Levi, seen the Stridebreaker Starax build. A bit bulkier. Start the game. As Uri gonna find core, but not gonna commit. disappointed myself so much right there. Everything I did in that like 2 second span. That was very silly. Oh my eye. Oh my god. I think my contact just tried to escape. That is a that's a big Ari. That's almost 4 item Kaisa. This is deadly. Sold the book after the fight in the Baron Pit, so gonna be no Medjais. Sadly, had the Medjais and had 7 or so stacks on it. It was building up and then it died. Sadly, one death really does put you behind on Medjais, which is the point, yes, but also disappointing. I like Medjais; they're fun to watch because it's always it adds stakes to a sometimes stakeless situation. But it's gone. It's just gonna be in exchange for some raw stats as this is so playable. This is very playable for Pain, but they need to find it. This is not how you find it. Karaoke gonna get chunked out. Yawn, not gonna fly it. He's gonna play smart. This should be the tier 2 gone in mid, though. Really no chance Pain Gaming hold this. Weiser has no bar right now. There's no way it survived. How the hell? The Void Grub Burn, not strong. Not as strong as we've seen it for teams like, or as we saw it like for GAM earlier. $50 seconds on this dragon. 30 minutes in. Pain Gaming, a team that hasn't gone to 30 minutes, I think, at all this tournament. It's got to be nice to take a team to 30 minutes. Especially a team that is, like, I mean, objectively is probably better than you, but is so... Oh, what's the word? Just so... I guess favored is the one I'm looking for, but it's not really the word I'm looking for. Just so... I don't know. I can't think of it. I think I do mean the word favored, but it's just a team that is so much higher rated, so highly touted, as they're going to give over the Baron buff here. They want the soul. Ocean Soul is good, but I don't know if it's... They're going to TP 2 members down to bot lane, but they're not going to make it in time. Pain Gaming get the Ocean Drake, and now Team Liquid need to have a very efficient Baron buff. Because otherwise, this Ocean Drake is going to add up over time and make Pain Gaming excessively tanky. Seeker not going to connect. Weiser doesn't have Mega here, and they're trying to find Titan. But it's not going to go anywhere. And now Kuri jumping in. There's the darkness coming out. They're going to lose that combo as they don't want to commit anything, but they're just wasting time. They just need to waste time. Ooh, that GA going down would be very big, to say the least. And if they catch out Core, it could be the beginning of a comeback. But so far, Team Liquid playing cautious after the soul was taken. They know that it is a lot of stats and a lot of sustain given over to them. And with nothing happening so far, Team Liquid, it's just not happening. They are losing so much here because they put their eggs into the Baron. Like, they put all their focus onto the Baron. They need to get turrets here. They need to get some big advantage because otherwise they're going to start falling behind just because of the pure healing output of the Ocean Drake. There's two things. Now there's two things that TL are playing against because now they're racing against the clock. They have a minute. Pain Gaming have already killed 2 minutes of this Baron buff off. And that is such a big deal. When you gave the soul over, you need to have a big Baron play. You need to really get something down because you're going to start falling behind as there's the jump in onto a PA. The charm connects, but Karaoke has the damage. Jinkado going to pick up the kill there. And that is not what Team Liquid wanted. They can start opening up this base. as Weiser going to get locked down. Yawn goes in. Sterex popped from Weiser. It's going to be one turret at least in exchange. And that is all they're going to get. They're going to get 30 seconds of running. Karioka doesn't really have anything. He should not be going for this play here. And now it is a race against time, as they're going to try and lock down Impact here. They're not going to commit a ton to him. I don't blame them. They don't want to commit a ton to trying to jump Impact there with the rest of the team still around. And now Pain are going to at least get something out of this Drake Soul. They have a permanent buff that will last them until this game ends. And now entering the 35th minute of the game, or in the 35th minute if you're a football fan, I guess. The gold lead's going to start mattering less and less as we start coming up on these 4th items. We're coming up on, I mean, yeah, still a full item ahead for Yawn, but once Titan gets his 4th item, like 5th item is just bonus at that point. Like, Titan's going to finish his core build. Jinkeido's going to finish his core build. Weiser's ahead right now. This gold advantage is going to start mattering less and less. Like, if you're 6,000 gold ahead, but both teams have 70,000 gold, and at least the 3 laners have, like, the 3 main farmers on the team have 4 items, no one cares, because the gold lead doesn't really matter at 4 items. It's coming down to team fight at that point, and they might have started it, but they still have to worry about the barrier. As Kuri in way deep here, as that's going to be a nice ulti, and there's the shockwave coming out, but maybe Team Liquid have the advantage that they can try and force it out, but it's not going to happen. Impact is locked down. He's forced to flash away. APA going to interrupt Kuri, and that's going to be a kill for Yawn, and now Team Liquid have found the fight. They get the pick. That is heavy CC. APA going low. Charm going to connect onto Karioka. Going in. Titan forced to flash away. Yawn. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna pick up 4. He's looking for Jinkeido. And Pain Gaming don't have the numbers to win this one. Team Liquid gave over the soul, but they're gonna give over the base in exchange for it. And TL are on the brink of knocking out their future conference, or their future league, right? Oh, rip. And TL eventually will overpower. They find a pick. It is 4 kills there for Mr. Yawn. It is a beautiful showing, as it is now going to be an advantage for TL. Match point, as they are on, that said versus MDK, but they are on the verge of sending Pain Gaming back to the Americas League empty-handed. Brazil still yet to win since 2016. And it is, oh my god, that is so close. Pain Gaming had an opportunity, but they just missed it. APA survives on a sliver, and then Yawn's just unleashed with the Rage Blade, but APA barely survives. They just get Kuri, and if just one more thing went Pain Gaming's way, we could have been talking about this game. I mean, this game still would have been going on. We would not have been seeing... we would not have been seeing... what do you call it? Team Liquid lead so far. We also would not have seen Pain Gaming end the game off of that fight, but it would have been something to behold. But it just isn't gonna happen. Team Liquid are just still so coordinated, and they are on the verge of picking up their first win in the Swiss stage in their team's history. Team Liquid went 0-3 last year. They actually lost to the team above them right there on the graphic, GAM Esports, in their 3rd and final game of Worlds 2023. Will Team Liquid pick up their first ever Swiss stage win, or will Pain Gaming send us to a 3rd and final game? A 6-game day could be in store for us. We'll see, as potentially the final game of the day, though, is still on the docket, as TL match point over Pain Gaming. in the final or second elimination match, and the final one of today. I'll see you for the next game. And we are back for game number 5 of the day. Game 2 between Pain Gaming and Team Liquid, as TL on the verge of keeping North America's 2 seeds alive in the Swiss stage. Pain Gaming on the verge of being the last CB LOL team to be eliminated. The first and last, I guess, CB LOL team to be eliminated here in this World Championship. And it is time for the Game 2 draft. Pain Gaming opt to go over to the blue side. Yeah, they are. Okay, TL's, I mean, obviously, it's a bit more justified when you're on the red side, but TL banning it on blue side is interesting still. I'm not sure if that's a sustainable strategy. But they're not going to be blue side, as I don't think there's a single opponent in pool. Actually, they're pool 2, so yes, they do have some teams that they can still face with side selection automatically determined for them. But it is still going to be a little bit of a concern if TL ever get blue side after losing a game, because they are in only best ofs. If they lose the first game and they choose blue side, or if they get side selection, if they're choosing to ban the Yone every game, it is concerning, because that means that they can't play it. And if you aren't afraid of this, just them banning it on blue side pretty much tells me APA cannot play Yone. And that is a concerning thing. Because in playing the best, because you could just leave it up against them. They'll have to ban it. If you just don't ban it on red side and their blue side, they have to ban it. They don't have a choice. Unless APA suddenly gets the confidence to bust it out on stage, I don't believe it. And even if they win this set, that's going to be a detriment. That is a gigantic handicap throughout the rest of the tournament, even if it's allowed to go through. As Karaoke gonna lock in his Nocturne, had a very good game on it, just did not have the pieces to execute in the final moment, sadly. Just didn't have the damage to tear through the carries of Pain Gaming, or of Team Liquid. They got into the final moments of the fight and just surviving on inches. Just not enough damage, not enough gold at the moment. As it's going to be Gnar again for Impact. They're or not Gnar again. It's going to be Gnar again on the red side, actually. As they're expecting Wiser to play something like that with the Jax banned. They really don't have a ton for Wiser to play. I pretty much exclusively know Wiser for his Gnar and Jax play. He doesn't play a ton of different Jax. He plays like Cassante. That's really it. Skarner's unbanned for the first time in a while. Skarner's been taken away for quite a bit of the tournament. A lot of teams have shown pretty high levels of mastery of the champion, really, over the past few months as he's been available. And pretty much over the summer split, everyone spent time learning Skarner from top lane and then moving into the jungle. And they're going to get the Orianna, but I still want to see what the Skarner can do, because pretty much every jungler can bust this thing out, and it's so strong. And it's just such a tool in the team. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Pain Gaming fans are screaming right now if this is locked in. Not this. Okay, Redacting going to be the answer into Impact's Gnar. It's not a bad pick. I was going to say, fans are screaming if Jace is locked in, because not only is Brazilian Jace kind of a... Oh, so low in the frame. Let me raise my chair up a little, but it's like... Not only is Brazilian Jace a little bit of an in-joke in the community, as no Brazilian team seems to really know how to play Jace super well, but Wiser's Jace, also a bit of an in-joke, as he's famously not that good at it. Like, he's like the only Korean I've ever seen unable to play Jace. I'm not even kidding. I've watched his Jace games. He's the only Korean I can think of that cannot play Jace. Korean Jace and Chinese Jace are like so good. And then you get Wiser and he can't play it. And it's so confusing. Anyways, APA on the Nico, as they're going to pick a first rotation this time. They're going to leave their bot lane for second half. And that's 4th ADC van of the game. Will we get more? My face is so dry right here. I don't know. But review. I don't know. 5 ADC bans. Can we get 6? Can we get 6? That is a good question, actually. Titan is really... It's going to be really difficult to ban these guys out, as both of them want their hyper carries, obviously, to be hyper carries. And there's... Saya taken away. Can they get something? There's still going to be ADCs available. There's going to be the Varus. Ooh, that looks really trippy. They're... What was that? Yeah, they're looking through the glass, I think. It's on the side. Or they had a heavy glass over it. Whatever. It's going to be the Poppy taken away here. Aphelios is a champ we haven't seen a lot of. I was assuming they were going to take the Misfortune or the Varus here. Maybe the Varus. That's not the Caitlyn either. Either Varus or Misfortune are the angle for... I'm thinking. Oh, they have Ezreal available still if they want it. As it is literally every champion that they are going through right now. It is very silly. It's going to be the Ezreal. Locked in for Yawn. I don't think that's what they want. No, hold on. Wait, Pain Gaming, think this through. Take 2 seconds. Think this through. You don't want the Jhin right now. You don't want the Jhin. There is a Skarner on the enemy team. You do not want a Jhin. Pain Gaming. There is a Skarner on the other team. That's not good. Titan is shaking his head at that. Or is nodding his head. I don't like that. Why are they doing this? There's a Skarner on the enemy team. They're going to really rely on the Cold Meek here. And a Black Cleaver coming through for Weiser. And Corey, they're going to really rely on Corey. They're going to have to rely on their armor shred because Jhin only can get so much armor pen. And the support could be anyone. It could be single target lockdown, honestly, because it's going to have to be. Unless they want the Alistar, but it could be single log. They can afford single target lockdown because they have the Nico and the Gnar, which is a very versatile tool. So Core can actually land consistent solar flares here with those two tools, or with those two abilities in his pocket. And even then, single target lockdown, just from Core JJ alone, is going to be really important. Like, it's going to be really big. Why am I want to move there? Okay, I didn't want to move for a second, but it moves now. It is... I'm liking this draft from both sides. I don't like the Jhin here. I think they could have went with something like an MF. It's just... you look at this comp, you see Nocturne Orianna combo with a Rel. I'm thinking MF every day of the week there. Though, if they land it, they could just open the curtain. So, there's an angle, but I think it could just be more efficient to go Misfortune here. But it is up to what... It is Titan's call. It's his... Like, he is a good Jhin player. Don't even get me... Don't get me mistaken. Like, don't misquote me there. He's still very good at Jhin, but he is... I think the comp calls for a different champion, is what I'm saying. Huh? Sorry, I just got a very... What? There we go. It is... Team... Sorry, I'm going to respond to a text in like 2 seconds. But Team Liquid have a really good comp here. What? Sorry, I have to... Very confused by this text. What? 2 o'clock. Yeah, sorry. Bit of a fourth wall break, but it's later than usual because I had class today. And where was I? I like CL's comp a lot more than I like Pain Gaming's comp, but Pain Gaming's comp still works. I just don't like the ADC lock-in, really. I think the ADC lock-in is my issue with it. I think they should have went for more of a teamfight ADC. What is she talking about? As why is Rune Impactor just gonna dance? Okay. And we're just going to see normal lanes. This is unreal. Normal lanes. Both... Actually, APA didn't take any damage there, so Jinkato is behind in mana by 25. Titan is all alone, though. They will spot him out. They're not going to go for anything. No lane swaps. Pretty normal lane position. Or, well, just normal lane positions. Not even pre-Nora. Just normal lane positions. Yeah, that's the end of the sentence. Where in the world is this play going to go? Do they have the E? I don't know what they started on this org. So, find out. Or probably start a Q. It just makes more sense to start Q here. And that's going to miss. Level 2s are going to be really important here. We're not going to see them for a little bit. We got a few more minions to kill before, but that's going to be a nice counter engage from Kuri there. And Weiser just going to be very aggressive here. Weiser had a very good game 1. Pulled it back from a 0-1, but even then, when he was 0-1, he was so far ahead in CS, and we're going to need to see more of that from him if Pain Gaming want to extend this series and extend their run at Worlds, as they're going to lock down Core there. They're going to keep putting in really strong damage, forcing out the healing options from Core JJ. You're going to see, I need to see it just, I need to see some kills come through if that's the case. Because putting Core behind in health is valuable, but they need to get something out of it. They can't just put everything into Core repeatedly, burn all their mana, and then, well, I mean, it's just burn all Titan's mana, really. As there's not a lot of mana concerns for Kuri, trust me. He's chilling in his mana pool. Like, he does not care. He is barely using any of his mana for most of this laning phase. Such, yeah, that was a weird flowers. Thank you for explaining that. It really was. That did not make sense. But it's kind of an awkward lane as well. Pretty even all across the map. Impact's gonna be up like 2 CS, so who cares? Jinkato is just getting chunked down. That is the ability of this. The ability of this Nico just to harass this Ori from a big distance. And Impact gonna win that trade out. Got like 3 grasp stacks right there. That is huge. As good buffer there from Yon on the Shattering Strike. T is looking for the play on Jinkato. He's not gonna get it. Just gonna go for the Raptors instead. They don't even spot him there. It's fine. And where is the Karaoke is caught out here. He's forced to flash away from the Tangle Barbs, and T and APA continue to get advantages. Now, Pain Gaming did not have many advantages in this early game. I mean, they had some, but Team Liquid were able to answer back in kind, as that is... Oof. That connects. That could be very dangerous in terms of excess trade. But Titan not going to be able to get much more. And now it is kind of just lax for Team Liquid here. It's Flash Force out of Jinkato. And that is another Summoner forced out. That's 2 flashes forced already in 5 minutes. They're not going to be synced up. They're on 2 very different plays, so that means they can kind of just play around that. They spaced out the plays well enough that there's not much Pain Gaming can do to try and force. Oh my god. Sorry. Weiser's just getting bullied out. He would be bullied out in either position, so let's get that cleared up. As T not going to drive quite yet. There's the Flash E, though. And that is so huge. APA, Flash ulti. It's going to connect. First Blood goes over to APA. It's traded back onto Kuri. And Jinkato doesn't have anything anymore. And both will escape, but it is objectively Pain Gaming falling behind on that play. Oh, okay, I don't know if that connected, actually. I'm going to hope that that cannon fell to the right. Just didn't go to the minions. The minions don't need the gold. T gonna get stunned up, but that is still him actually having the drive available. And there it is on the Scuttle Crab. It's getting bullied. If you do this as Scuttle Crab, if you just scare the Scuttle Crab enough, it just gives up. It's weird. As top lane is a problem, but Karaoke going to be able to threaten back with the help of Kuri on these grubs. And Karaoke is going to have Weiser down here. They're going to try and just grab this. We saw TL surrender the early grubs to Pain Gaming. And Titan is in danger here. He has flash available if he needs it. Flash out. The root connects, and it's going to be 1-for-1. John's going to win that out in the end. As Karaoke still needs his 6. He doesn't quite have it. It's a 3-0 grub split, but that 6 is going to be so critical, obviously. Oh, that root's going to connect Tangle Barbs into the Booming Burst. Very useful. That is Karaoke behind a lot right now. He needs this XP so badly. That is his whole gimmick, is that he can drive the ball just straight into Team Liquid as, uh-oh. He's about to face check here. And he's about to get suppressed. He's about to get stunned. He's about to get stunned again. He's about to get Pop Blossomed. Or not Pop Blossom, Blooming Bursted. And he's going to go down to APA, and he's going to go to the fountain. And now 12 CS ahead, 2 kills. APA is fed. This is objectively APA being fed. Already going to be close to finishing his Rocket Belt. And Pain Gaming, it is not even like Game 1 at all. It is very, very far away for them. As they're going to just trigger both of those, get him out the way in case Umti wants to go for a play. Slow push coming in from Chitan. Nice route. Well played by the bot lane, but it is. Ardent Sensor. Or didn't get to play the game. As the jump in onto the actual champ, he knows. And the fear comes through. The shockwave connects. APA is going low. And APA is going to fall. Karaoke picks up his first kill of the game. And that is a picture-perfect play from Pain Gaming there. Weiser is going to explode here if he's not careful. Impact is going mega. Doesn't have the Gnar just yet, but he does have everything else, and he's still a problem. Or, going to get rooted through Impact. They're going to try and chunk him out as the Gnar will get Weiser off of him. He's going to dodge the wall up. But here comes the rest of Pain Gaming. And they're just going to force a disengage from Impact. Impact having a significantly better laning phase against the actual top laner as opposed to the Ezreal. The weird time. He had a good laning phase against the Ezreal. Don't ask, though. Oh, he doesn't know. But he's going to spot out. Uri rotating down, so APA knows to play safe. Clone, going to spot out more. Bonk. Yes, the clone is coded as a champion, so it gives you... Doesn't give you kill, but it gives you, what do you call it? Oh, APA going to land the combo, and Chitan is gonna fall here. He's just getting befuddled. The clone is everywhere. And APA 3 kills in this game. APA using the passive very beautifully to charge up his ulti in secret. Oh, it's a Storm Surge. It's not even a Rocket Belt. I thought it was a Rocket Belt. You can't imagine. I don't know the Rocket Belt build path. I only build on like 3 champions. Otherwise, it's like, it's just damage. I build pure damage on my AP champions. I never build Rocket Belts. Unless I'm playing Nico, I don't build it. I don't play Nico super often, sadly. Oh, 2 more days until the skins drop, man. I want Katie Gragas so badly. As Jinkato getting chased down by the clone. He knows it's a clone now because it's basing. And Umti's about to get wiser. Literally. Karaoke's here, though. He spots it out, so going to be disengaged from Umti as the jump in onto Impact. They need to keep CCing him here as the Gnar to safety, but Jinkato's here. And Shockwave back in. Weiser's going to pick up the kill onto Impact. Is there a fight in mid? No, not really. And Pain Gaming continue to use this Nocturne efficiently. And 6 girls would be nice. They need to be careful. Umti is they need to be very smart here because they have they'll get the 4 at least, but Team Liquid have a lot here if they want to go for this. Don't ask who's in the bot lane. Don't look at the bot lane. It's totally Umti as that's a missed Q again from Kuri. And now Umti should be able to steal this last and final grub, as he's gonna get locked down, actually. There's nothing from Umti. He's playing way too close for not having Impale. As APA coming in. The 4-shot gonna secure it. APA's here, though. He has Flash. It's gonna be a little bit of a not smart play to go for that, though. And Team Liquid. Okay. Pain Gaming. You get all 3 grubs and kills to spare. And Pain Gaming that was a really good play for them, obviously. When you get all 6 grubs, you get some kills. That is huge. And yeah, I'm very confused by that one, honestly. Team Liquid don't really have a plan there. I think Umti wanted to go forward, but he just never impaled. He should have just used Impale at that point. Because you get CC'd, it hits something at least. I think it just not efficient. Holy cow, that looked good. Okay, Weiser's dead. Weiser's a corpse. They haven't spotted out Umti yet. He's spotted out Umti now. Ulti available. Flash E away, though, but I think Umti has the chase down. Tangle Barbs into the Impale, into the Pop Blossom, and there's just no chance Weiser is going to survive. APA has 4 kills in this game, and they're going to keep rolling over. He needed to hit the slice first. Dashed not through Umti. I was very confused by it, to say the least. Carioca is calling for some assistance, as this will be first turret in the bot lane, as in fact should be able to jump away. Nice route, as we'll be able to use the hop at least with the bonus distance to get away. And this is going to be platings in the top lane. How much of it though is going to fall? Carioca has a lot of damage, but not that much. Turret actually drops plates, so that means they're going to be able to grab this. Yawn jumps away from both. Now, almost a 1k gold lead for Team Liquid. It's closer to, I think Pain Gaming are closing it more than it is expanding, so I'll say it's 700 gold lead. No, maybe, I don't know, somewhere around that range, 700 to 1,000 gold lead for for Team Liquid, not Pain Gaming. As it, look at this mid lane. Kato is only 7 CS down, but doesn't matter. AP has 4 kills. He's so strong. He is so strong right now. It's crazy to say that APA has 4 kills. It is almost 2,000 gold ahead by himself. He's done. And Yawn forced a barrier there. That would have done a lot more had he not, obviously. How the barrier works. But that's 4 members of Team Liquid already up here, so that should be heralded pretty cleanly over to them. As Titan not going to tank the True Shot Barrage, but that's Kuri locked down. That's just disengaged. There's no chance Pain Gaming can test this. Surely. Carioca has an angle. They don't have Jinkato up there, but Jinkato teleporting up. They want this fight here. They want this fight. Carioca gonna go in. They're going to try and find Yawn, but they're not going to get the Crash Out Magnet Storm. Still going to get them impact, but that's a 2-minute pale into APA's ulti. Carioca able to flash away, actually, but there's the drive, and it's going to lock down Carioca. Double root as Weiser jumps into it. Weiser going to be able to grab one, but it's an APA double kill. It's 3 for 3 right now, as it's Yawn and APA versus Titan and Jinkato. Who is the better mid bot lane? Neither. The answer is they're not going to fight. They're going to play smart, and they're going to play patient. As it's 6 kills now onto APA, though. The ulti doesn't connect, but it forces the flash out of Carioca, so it still gets value. Pain Gaming set this up, though, really well. Look at this. They see where the tanks are positioning, and they're like, okay, we can just jump here. And, oh my goodness, huge. Then Yawn so close to dying, but Weiser is just way too low now. It's very well played from Pain Gaming. I want to say Team Liquid played it well. They played most of it well. That Impale was huge, but APA's ulti not connecting and only forcing out a single flash does kind of suck. And then the chase down connecting anyways. As Umti gonna get locked down here. I don't think they're gonna be able to kill him just yet. Armor Shred from Kuri is a lot, but that's really all it is. It's nice, but it's not as much as they would need it to be yet. And they're still gonna just start this Rift Herald. They're gonna bring it into the pit this time, as the last time they brought it out into the pit and it did not work. And they could set this up again. They have the combo. Karaoke, you see him, he's waiting. Jinkato. Karaoke's just waiting for an angle. And there it is. It's popped. And there it's connecting again. Yawn and Impact are gonna fall. Well, Impact's gonna survive, but Yawn gonna get taken down. They will at least get the Rift Herald, but there's the curtains opening. You're dead, Impact. APA turning into a minion is a big brain play there. Kuri? They're going to try and lock down APA, but he's going to find a nice ulti. Impale, not going to find anybody. It's 4v2. 3 kills for Pain Gaming, and they've been navigating these team fights so damn clean. They're in the lead right now. 300 gold ahead for Pain Gaming after being previously about over 1,000 down. But APA is still a problem, but now this Renekton's getting there. Jinkato's catching up. Karaoke is being a monster. Chitan, instant cleanse. He's ready. That's the 0 ping right there, baby. That's the land value. And then, oof. Wiser is really strong. And then going to pick up this kill. Good use of the minion. It would have did a lot more, obviously, as uses minion stats. Minions take not nearly as much damage as a connected bullet with a champion. And it is APA versus Wiser this game, but it really feels that Pain Gaming, once again, are just so good at these team fights. It's just really more of the same. They are really good. Is Karaoke going to start this dragon? And Rift Herald going to go down. It will at least be something traded. As Bot Turret also falls. Where the hell is... Oh, he already got out. Damn. Yeah, that's really fast. They will get 2 turrets here off of this play, at least. They might get a 3rd turret, actually. I was only looking at the mid play. But this should be 2 turrets falling entirely. This is very funny. Actually, Impact is going to get locked down here as there's the Magnet Storm coming through. The stun connects. Impact will fall to Wiser, who's now on a killing spree. The curtain's open, and that's a bullet connecting. And they steal the Drake. Yawn steals the Drake. Call him, Titan. And 1,500 gold advantage for Pain Gaming. It would have been more, but they're going to get Drake Soul Point for... for Team Liquid. The tables turn. How the turns table indeed, Pain Gaming. Oh my god. It will be a 2-item Renekton as they have 6 kills on it, and he is the guy apparently. Titan just being a just being there to witness it. Okay, we already saw all the kills, so let's just... No smite. Just 2 times. 2 times this series. Oh, Jinkato, good reaction speed. But APA gonna get the flash out nonetheless. That is 2 times this series that junglers have had the opportunity to smite, have just not smited. So, why not? Why have they just not smited? That's 2 times. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's only a 1k gold lead, so it's not that bad. Oh. Sorry, stretching and gross. Apologize. As the suppress onto Umti, he's able to pull through the wall there. There's the stun coming through. Kuri able to jump out. Yawn gonna follow. And the Magnet Storm just gonna delay the inevitable. It's Karaoke using the paranoia to just get his team out to safety, get himself out, most importantly. They will lose that team fight tool, though. And this could be the start of the... Like, this could be the start of the comeback for Team Liquid, or start of the winning phase for Team Liquid, as that does not connect. How the hell does Chiton dodge that? Done, you monster. Menace. And gonna keep this going. Jinkato is taking so much damage. Yon is 2 items. This is not deal. Oh, Karaoke spotted out. Oh! Baited. Bait. This is... Uri running for his life. Nice stun onto Yon. That doesn't connect. Okay. Sure, that doesn't connect. And another true shot barrage just for the wave. Well, that one was just... The other one was trying to pressure. So, Yon has not been hitting these at all. He should be able to get the start down. He's... Oh, never mind. Titan just kills off the wave. But it will still just be a W auto attack as Kuri gets the shield and is able to jump the wall pretty safely. All right. 200 gold lead for Team Liquid. Okay, so these two teams are playing mega slow. 23 minutes in. I mean, they're not playing not aggressive. Let's clear that up. I say they're playing slow. Because it's just like these two teams are really only fighting when they need to now. Or when they think they have an angle. Because it is... You blow this fight, it's over. And Impact again being neutralized. 0-4-1. He's 2,000 gold down. He has like a negative 5k gold diff right now. Over the course of the series. This is not the Impact we're used to seeing. As there's Buri getting taken for a ride. And he's just going to be able to jump away. True Shot Barrage finally connects. As throwing the Q out to face check. And they can look for this combo again. It's just going to be really difficult, though. Keeping the vision, and Drake is up. Pain Gaming need to answer this. They cannot afford to give this soul over. It's the same soul as game 1. And Pain Gaming know how strong this soul is. It gave them a lot of value. They didn't get to win with it, but they got a lot of value off it as the tier 2 falls in top lane. Finally. Clone. In fact, should be able to teleport in, no problem. Weiser's already at 50% Fury, as that's a lot of damage. A lot of Gnar barring going on right there. And Karaoke's not going to go in. They're going to get the dragon. Are they going to be able to run, though? That's the question. Jinkato flashes over the wall. Karaoke's locked down. There goes APA. He's unstoppable. And they'll get one. And they're 2,000 gold ahead now. APA 7th of the game. The highest right now, I believe, is still 13. I want to say 13. Might be 16. It's on day 1. It was crazy. But it's going to be Baron. I don't see Team Liquid losing this Baron out unless some crazy play happens. They don't have the Nocturne up, and that just means there's really no angle for Pain Gaming to get into the pit. But maybe they hit it. But here comes the Nico. But spotted out. There's the root connecting. The Pop Blossom forced out. Shockwave not going to connect. APA can dodge away. And it's going to happen. Weiser over the wall. He wants to steal it. It's not going to happen. Umtee's learned from his mistakes. He's going to lock down Weiser. And he's going to lock down... Wait! Weiser gets out of the pit. And he's going to find a kill onto Yon. There goes Chiton. APA, that's not him. That's the clone. Core JJ is gone. This Baron buff has gone poorly already for Team Liquid. And how the hell do Pain Gaming find this fight? How does Weiser survive there? And Yawn just gets eliminated. Oh my goodness. TL's escape, not hasty, not swift, not slick, not nothing. APA's not in the fight. He can't do anything. He's waiting for Jinkato to potentially go forwards, forced to flash away from the shockwave, and it's perfectly fine. Great escape, it doesn't really matter. Crashed down Magnet Storm onto Impact, and we're fighting already. Okay, Karaoke able to turn the lights off, able to survive. That's the jump in on to not low health Jin. That is Karaoke going in onto APA, and it's going to be Jinkato picking up the kill there. It's a shutdown onto APA. 7-2-1 now. 500 gold shutdown. And 1,000 gold down now on this Baron buff. It is Pain Gaming evening out the gold. Team Liquid are in shambles right now. Oi. Nothing. Okay. Look at this bot wave. Holy cow, this is going to beat this turret to death. They're going to be able to catch it at least, but this turret is not going to be long for this. Look at the damage. These minions are going bananas on this turret. Holy cow. No, keep it over there. I want to see the minions go to work. I mean, it's just impact farming technically, but that has to be like a quarter of the turret down just to minions. That was such a good wave, actually. That was such a good stacked wave. Yes, Impact got like all the gold off of it. He pretty much caught every single minion. That's a really well stacked wave by Pain Gaming to continue putting pressure down on the map. Oh my god, Team Liquid. They had the fight. They just could not get out. As Uri, I think, is the one in danger as he's going to get driven into. There's the Magnet Storm. Titan is damaged, but that's a two-man impale. APA doesn't pop the ulti just yet, but they already have Kuri down. As Weiser in the backlines, he's way too deep. He has the anti-heal on him. He's able to run, but he's gonna fall eventually. Three-man shockwave, but they're gonna lock down Titan, and that's gotta be it. Team Liquid pull the fight out from under Pain Gaming's own feet. They pull the rug out from them, and they're going to get the ace, and they're going to win this series. They will knock out Pain Gaming, and in the battle of the future Americas League, North America reigns supreme. They will be the last Americas League region standing. And Team Liquid, it didn't look clean. It wasn't at all, but it wasn't clean. It wasn't easy, but they get it done, and that's better than perfection. Pain Gaming, Brazil, the run is over. The time is up on the CB LOL. And TL will go 1-2 as Pain Gaming joined the Mad Lions in the 0-3 pool. And the handshakes go out, of course. Pain Gaming playing a phenomenal closing pair of games, but it just was not enough to get the job done. When the cards were down, Team Liquid pulled it through. And TL, they still got work to do. They got to improve. It's like I said, these teams, they got their work cut out for them, and they got to show up. And they're down here for a reason. Like, they are down in the 0-2 pool for a reason, or now in the 1-2 pool, but they need to clean it up. They got to fix it up. TL also win their first game at the Swiss stage ever, and Brazil will remain winless. Make it 9 straight years at the main stage. A Brazilian team will not win a game. Technically, it's because they weren't at the tournament, but there's your scores for the day. TL get the 2-0 on Pain Gaming to knock them out of the tournament and close the door on the era of CB LOL. But GAM keep the era of the VCS alive a little bit longer as they 2-1. They come back from 1-0 down to reverse sweep a best of 3. It's not as impressive, but they win 2 very strong games to send themselves to the 1-2 pool, and it is the end of an era. Like, it is the end of an era, really. This is the end of CB LOL as we know it. They will pretty much just take over the South Conference in the Americas League. Pain Gaming will be there, of course, as pretty much the best team in maybe one of the most consistent teams in CB LOL history, even if they didn't win for a very long time, actually. Like, it was like 2.5 years between their most recent champion. Like, this championship they just won, and their last one was like 2.5 years or something. I think it was spring. It was like 2022 spring they won. or something like that. It was crazy. And it does suck. This was supposed to be the team. I mean, it was the team that got them to the Swiss stage, to their first main stage appearance in 8 years for Brazil, first main stage appearance in 9 years for Pain Gaming. But it is like it's tough to it is really sad to say goodbye to a region. I didn't expect them to do this yet. I mean, we said goodbye to the LLA. We made peace with it when Pain Gaming beat the mess out of them 2-0 in the playing stage. But Brazil, this was a team that was like the super team. They were supposed to make it to the main stage for Brazil, carry the flag, win a game at least. But it is 2 close losses and nothing to be ashamed of for Pain Gaming. And for Team Liquid, they played a good series. Definitely want to clean it up as, again, the road's only going to get harder from here as each team you face gets hungrier and hungrier to take the series away from you to avoid elimination, as they will be facing they will face a 1-2 team, a team that does not have anything left to lose. They themselves, though, have nothing left to lose, and maybe that is the biggest strength of Team Liquid. They got the first win out the way. They went 0-3 last year. They're 1-2 now. Is this the year Team Liquid make the run? I don't know, but there's only one way to find out, and it's to play the games. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll see what the matches are. I don't feel like doing the draw. I want to eat lunch before I do stuff. But GAM 2-1 to advance to the 1-2 pool. Mad Lions will go 0-3. TL 2-0 Pain Gaming, they will go 1-2 as they knock Pain Gaming out of the CBLOL's final World Championship. And that is it. I've been Box Kimchi. This has been the Kimchi Cast. Again, we'll be back for 2 games pretty much every single day except for Sunday, which is 3 games in the 3-2-2 games. 2-2 go. 1 go. So we got, I actually don't know which one's next. We might do the 2-1 pool next or the 1-2 pool. We have a lot of 1-2 teams to go through. So we got quite a while, but we'll be back on Thursday for more Worlds. And that's it. I'll see you then. Have a good 2 days off. Enjoy sleeping in for us for all the North Americans and all the Vietnamese. Enjoy actually not having to stay up till 1 in the morning to watch your team. And I will see you all on Thursday for day 6 of the 2024 World's Swiss stage. See you then.